Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the opening night of Euro 2024. At the minute, I'm currently watching the worst ever. I mean, this opening ceremony is an absolute pile of pap. It really is. It's terrible. But welcome, everybody, to the live Matchday live show. My name is Paul. I have no idea where my colleagues are tonight, but we will, I'm sure we'll surely see them at some point. However, welcome everybody, and as usual, if you do enjoy the show tonight, please do hit that thumbs up button. And of course, if you're new and you like what you see, lots to come over the summer. Newcastle United, football related, and of course, Euro 2024 related. So please do subscribe if you are new, as we bid for 31,000 subscribers now, heading there very nicely. Of course, you can become a member of the Toon Review. We got some more prizes to give out in the next few days. So please do join. Just hit that join button just underneath myself. And of course, you can super chat the channel if you do so wish by hitting that $sign at the bottom of the live chat. And that will guarantee your comment to be read out live on tonight's show. Right, let's take a look at the two lineups, shall we? We'll look at Scotland first. Scotland, well, they go with Angus Gunn in goal, Ralston, Robertson, McTominay, Tierney, McGinn, McGregor, Che Adams, Ryan Christie, Jack Hendry, and Ryan Porteous. So a very interesting lineup, both Tierney and Robertson in the squad. Expect Robertson to be the wing back, certainly on the left-hand side, linking up with Kieran Tierney. The Germans, however, a very, very, very strong side. They go with Manuel Neuer in goal, Rudiger, Tah, Kimmich, Havertz, Kroos, Musiala, Wirtz, Mittelstadt, Gundogan, and Andrik. So, very, very strong German side. This is a real test for the Scots tonight. I'm not sure how listen, Scotland are capable of getting some shock results. We've seen it, and we've seen it against Germany in the past as well. So it should be a very interesting game, this. But I do expect the Germans to come out on top. Sean McEwen, a member for 11 months, nearly a full year of being a part of the Toon Review family. Best channel on YouTube. Keep up the amazing work. Thank you very, very much, Sean. Glad to have you with us. Kevin says, come on the Tartan Army. Anne says, I grew up on Biddleston and now live in Hadrian Park, Wallsend. Ab says, this is not exactly Vorsprung Dork technique, more dark. Yeah. Let's have a look. Germany's going to turn them over. I mean, let's admit it. Germany have got a very strong side out here. It's going to be a difficult game for the Scots, but the thing is with Germany, you just never know, do you? Because 1 minute they might turn up, next minute they might just hit the brakes, and nerves might get to them, especially playing on home soil. Toon Pirate, welcome to Members Club. Thank you so much for signing up, and thank you for your help with the channel. Much appreciated. Mark says, hello, Paul. I said this morning wrongly that Trafford was player of the Tony in under 21s. It was Gordon, but I do not agree that's the case. It was Gordon the Golden Boot. I think Gordon did win the Golden Boot, yes. He was on fire in that tournament. Kieran's predicting 5-2 to the Germans. Wirtz is the new Royce. Wirtz is a fabulous player. Really looking forward to seeing Wirtz tonight. Mason, good evening to you. Julius is looking at that. The Germans should win. Musiala could have played for England. He could have. He played for England under 21 level, but again, decided that Germany was going to be the country that he was going to represent. Now, look, there is players like this. There is young players coming through at the moment who are, of course, embroiled in sort of nation wars as to who they're going to play for in the future. But of course, until they get to a certain age, they can play for one and then move to the other. I think it's once they play the senior game for that country, they have to then stay with them. Kendo says, my butt cheeks are so clenched that I'm farting diamonds. Wow. Porsey Street says, evening, Paul from Thessalonica. Hope the Jocks can nick this one. Look what Iceland managed the other night. Yeah, but then they went and got drubbed off the Netherlands, of course. So listen, we'll come to England when we have to, of course. Some woman, there's big Jurgen Klinsmann, of course, and is that Sven? No, I thought that was Sven Goran Eriksson for a second there, but it's not. I don't know who that is. However, Jurgen is looking like he's looked for the last 40-odd years. Celebration of Franz Beckenbauer, of course, as well. Steve says there's a decent amount of shithousery now in the Jock side. There will be an awkward challenge for the Erics. I mean, there is. I mean, especially McGinn. McGinn is one of them that will get under the skin. There's no doubt about that. He'll get under the skin of the Germans, and we'll see what happens. But yeah, you're right. There can be a little like Sean's going for a 3-2 Scotland win. Very optimistic. Adam says Germany to win 5-1. Didn't recognize Klinsmann without diving. Is that? I guess that's a German legend out there. I do recognize his face, but I kind of think of his name. Somebody in the chat will know, of course. Blenchy says we were favourites against Iceland. Look how that turned out. Scotland still got a chance. Geordie Rick says the Germans will send Scotland to Zikula. Wow. Okay. Yeah. Listen, we've got to be careful tonight. We've got to be careful. Tristan says, Paul, look at Newcastle new signings. Pereira, he's Brazilian, but plays for England under the 17s. Yes, there is a few of them. But of course, once they take the stage for the senior side, that is it. They can't then change their mind. So, looking at the trophy, maybe that's Beckenbauer's wife. I'm not so sure. But that is a very nice trophy, isn't it? Very nice trophy. Have the German embassy banned Billy from this game? Well, I don't know. I mean, they may have called around his house and tied him up. So far, I have no idea where. I thought Alex was coming on tonight. He did message earlier saying what the show was. But, hey, you've got me to deal with, unfortunately. I'm sure we'll maybe see Billy at some point if he wakes up off the settee. PD, Proudlock is going 2-0 Germany. I think Scotland will give it a go. Well, I hope they do. I don't want to see Scotland just sit back and do nothing the whole game. Obviously, Germany are going to have more possession. That's to be expected. But I really do hope that we see Scotland give it a go, because at the end of the day, they've got nothing to lose. Just go out and try and get a result. You just never know in football what might happen. And of course, the Germans, well, I mean, look, they've had a rough few years rebuilding again, haven't they? So they've got an excellent side out tonight, though. That's the problem. They've got some real strong players. Mark, good evening to you. Good evening from the South Coast. Good evening, everyone. Looking forward to seeing Ryan Christie, an unsung player for my team at Bournemouth. Indeed. Billy would put Dad's army theme on for the Germans. Oh, dear. Yeah, he probably would, actually. Billy is on a camping holiday. Yeah, he could be. He could well be. King Hoddle says, let's face it, the Scottish players are largely crap bar a couple. Well, it's their time to shine tonight, isn't it? I mean, people will say that. We're all kind of writing the Scots off before the ball's even been kicked. You just never know. They're a passionate bunch. There's thousands of Scots in the stadium. I just want to see them give it a go. I'm not one of these like, oh, it's English against the Scots. I don't want to see the Scots do well. I want to see them put up a fight against Germany. I really do, because that'll make for a better game. Certainly to watch and commentate on. It will be a definite improvement in the game, because if it's all Germany and it's one way, then yeah, we'll see what happens. Tristan, I've heard rumors of that, but I'm not going to say anything until we find out for definite. I mean, there's various rumors still floating around, so we'll wait and see what happens with that one. Martin says he's just seen Billy in the Scotland end. Hey, I mean that. I mean, look, the players are now on the pitch and they've still got all that crap on the field. Weird. Germany's national anthem now playing, and of course, hopefully it won't take long to clear the pitch and we can get underway. That's the only problem with tournaments, isn't it? The opening ceremonies, they're just no. I mean, who is interested in an opening ceremony? It's like the Olympics. I couldn't give a toss. Just get the football started. You know what I mean? Just. Paul, have you seen Leverkusen have Castor as kit sponsors now? Yes, I have, Chippers. I'm not exactly happy about that, but what can you do? And there is Gundogan, of course. Massive player for the Germany side, and still going strong. Very good player. I do apologize, guys. Wow. Long day. Stotty, good evening to you. Brian, hope you're well. Sutton are up to you to watch. You choose to watch ceremony, Paul. Just saying. I didn't, buddy. I really didn't. I didn't watch the ceremony. I just turned it on to do the commentary, and it was still bloody going. And of course, it's ITV, so it's all sorts of adverts as well now. So they'll go to adverts while they clear the pitch before the kickoff. I hate adverts, especially in football. You know, just leave it on. Leave it on. Chipper says, seen Everton have the Roma owner now, so will that mean they can't play in Europe? Well, they've got no chance of getting into Europe anyway, have they? Let's be fair. Everton are a long, long way away from Europe right now. That's a certainty. Connor's going Scotland 2-1. Of course, there's a lot of Scots in the chat tonight, as we normally expect. So there'll be a lot of bantering, I think, going on in the chat tonight. Geordie Rick hates international football. You know what it is? I'm not sure. The tournaments I really like. I really like the tournaments like the Euros and the World Cup. It's the qualifiers and the interruption to the Premier League, and that does my head in. Bruno Genius, thank you for your super chat. Don't be so grumpy, Paul. I love the festival atmosphere at major tournaments. It makes me wish I was there. Absolutely. Right, outside the grounds and everything like that, getting ready for the game, 100% agree with you, man. 100%. What I don't like is the opening ceremony. I think they're a waste of time, if you ask me. Seen rumours links to Tamori. Would you sign him, Paul? Yes, in a heartbeat. In an absolute heartbeat, no doubt about it. But, we're going to get a lot of these rumours, guys, a lot. So we'll just wait and see what happens. If they come out and report that we've made official moves and things like that, like we did with Elise, then obviously we'll take more detailed look at it. But it's just great to be linked with. I said this morning. It's just great to be linked with these players, though, isn't it? So many times we were very much bargain basement teams, and we've come good. And that's the thing. We're now linked with these players, and I think that's what the massive importance is about next season. And hopefully we'll get a couple in. You just never know. Opening ceremonies are good, but last too long in things like the Olympics, is Blenchy. Yes. The Olympics is shocking. It's absolutely shocking. It just goes on forever, and you think, what the hell's the point? Trevor McDonald, I don't think that's the Trevor McDonald, but Germany definitely win 5-1 is his prediction. Matt, good evening to you. As the teams are now taking shape, ready to go. Germany look like they're going to kick off, and they will be kicking from right to left in the Allianz Arena, of course, home of the great Bayern Munich. And the referee is ready to get us underway for the first half. And, of course, Euro 2024. Who is going to end up tournament winners? Will it be England, or will it be France, or will it be Germany? The game is underway, and Germany immediately throw the ball forward. Gundogan is in there with a header immediately. Bit of a scramble. Scotland clear. It's going to be very interesting, this game, to see how Scotland set up early doors, because Germany have some very, very talented players and a decent defense as well. Tony Cruz, of course, now on the ball, playing in his final tournament before he hangs up his boots for good. Of course, finished with Real Madrid in the Champions League final, ended up winning it. Couldn't have written a better script for him to finish on. And, of course, we'll finish with Germany at the end of this, whenever Germany depart or they win the tournament. He'll fires it over straight away, just knocking it around the Germans again. They've had a lot of the ball, but this is an opportunity straight away here. The offside flag hasn't gone up, and Scotland were appearing. Wirtz was clean through on goal. Angus Gunn came out to narrow the angle, but I think the flag eventually went up. It was a long ball, and he's just offside, I think. Yeah, good call, that. But again, put your bloody flag up. Why go on like that? And Angus Gunn did really well. Wirtz took it down on his chest, but I think it was a very, very, very heavy touch. Enabled Angus Gunn to come out, who actually stopped it with his head. But made himself big. And Wirtz applauds the ball in, and that will be a worry for Scotland straight away. Germany on the front foot, as you'd expect them to be on home soil. And they're breaking away again here now. Here's Wirtz again. He's got Musiala to his left-hand side. He plays it to him, and Scotland are in trouble here. Into the box he goes. Oh, good tackle. Good tackle, but then closed down, and a throw to Germany. And this is how probably the game is going to go. Germany will expect a very quick start, as we're looking at Julian Nagelsmann, of course, the head coach of the Germans. Still quite a young guy is Nagelsmann as well. I still think he's going to have a big part to play in club football as well, moving forward. But Scotland need to hold out. They need to hold out because Germany will, go all. I mean, Scotland would expect this. They'd expect a very strong start from Germany in the first 10, 15 minutes. Scotland have just got to take the sting out of the crowd and take the sting out of the Germans a little bit, and not play under any pressure. Steve Clark looks as calm as ice there on the touchline, just shouting some orders out to his team. We've got a new offside system actually in this tournament with VAR, so we'll see how that works. I'm not sure what McGinn was trying to do there. Lost his footing and tried to flick the ball on. There was nobody there, but Scotland have issues here as well. I mean, that's not a far. Middle start there again, going down like you've been poleaxed. Lost in thoughts, calm in science. Stop asking me where my hat is. I haven't had a hat on for weeks. Long ball out to the right-hand side for the Germans again. But good work by Kieran Tierney, and wins a goal kick. And he gets a little bit of a hug there from Robertson. Good backtracking that by Tierney. Musiala there, well, he was literally out-muscled. Good work by Tierney, and then he flicks it off his shin for the goal kick to Scotland. But Musiala getting involved very early on in this game. But Kieran Tierney, the question is, can he stay fit for Scotland throughout this tournament? He's had an awful run of injuries. Of course, rated very, very highly when he went to Arsenal, and injuries have really plagued him since being at that club. Long ball again, which Che Adams tries to get on the end of. Rudiger sweeps up, though. And it's with Manuel Neuer. And Germany will start out again. Toni Kroos playing a very, very... He's playing that quarterback role that he really does for Real Madrid as well, just sitting there alongside the centre-backs, waiting to pick up the ball like he does now. And it's him that really gets Germany going. Mittelstadt now, inside to Gundogan. Good ball. Gundogan, that's a little bit of a poor ball. Kai Havertz nowhere. Well, couldn't get on the end of that one. Scotland play it long again towards Che Adams. He's really got a difficult job tonight, Che Adams, up there on his own for Scotland. But good work by Robertson there. And he wins a Scotland throw. Rudiger's not very happy with that, but it definitely looked like it was definitely a Scotland throw, which they've got. On their first real attack of the game. Can they get anything from it is the question. Try and put Scotland under some pressure. McGinn's in the box. Che Adams is just on the edge. Sorry, Che Adams in the box. McGinn just on the edge. Just over 5 minutes gone, and Scotland have held out. Long throw comes into the box, looking for Adams, but it's Rudiger's head that gets there. Flick back in, headed away again. Wirtz now for Scotland. For Germany, nice bit of play there. Mittelstadt breaks. There's a German player down in the Scotland half, but again, good strength from the Scottish defence, and they managed to hang on to the ball, and then Gunn plays it long. Good bit of play that by Scotland to get a hold of the ball, and not just that, but show a little bit of strength in defence. And they've got a bit of room here to play it around. It's out to this left-hand side now again to Robertson. He bombs forward. Again, Tierney goes on the overlap. Robertson plays it in towards. That's a little bit too hard, and it's with Manuel Neuer, and Germany's goalkeeper has it back again. Bit of intent there from Scotland, though, I have to say. It was... Well, Havertz went down. He got a clattering, but there was no foul there at all. And we know what Kai Havertz is like when he rolls around. But it's with Rudiger now for Germany. And they start again, looking for a way around Scotland. First 10 minutes of this Euro 2024 tournament. Some big group games coming up as well. Some big nations going at it against each other. Kroos now to Mittelstadt on the left-hand side for Germany. Little 1-2 back with Mittelstadt. Goes back to Toni Kroos. Again, you can see the German forwards making the runs, trying to get in beyond the Scottish defence, which has certainly been their game plan in the opening 10 minutes of the game. Flicked over the top again. Gundogan's found himself in a little bit of space outside the box, but again, he's crowded out very quickly. And Robertson comes back to do the cleaning up, but his clearance wasn't very good there. That looked like a trip and a free kick, but it's not given. And Ryan Christie is not very happy that that wasn't given to Scotland. It's a throw to the Germans. And it's back with Rudiger again. Toni Kroos now in the centre circle. Just a little slip there. But manages to get the ball back. Here's Mittelstadt again. Seen a lot of the ball on this left-hand side. The German left back. Kroos again. Lots of space on the right-hand side. And Kroos has found it. What a wonderful ball that is. Musiala in support as well. Oh, that's another very good touch, and Scotland come away with it with Che Adams out to this near side now. But again, Germany very, very quick. That ball went out there. Wirtz takes a very quick throw in. Havertz looked like he handballed that. And the referee says play on. It's back with Wirtz. I'm not sure they'll be very happy with that, Scotland. You know, they had an opportunity to clear. They ran the ball out and let the Germans back in. Havertz with a little back flick header, but it's cleared on the edge of the box. Headed down by Rudiger there. Now Toni Kroos again. Germany look like they're really starting to build something now in the last couple of minutes. They want to get this opening goal. They want to keep the crowd behind them, of course. They want really just to see this game off very, very quickly. A long, high, hanging cross is headed away. I mean, he should have got a shout there, Robertson. He could have took that down and cleared it a lot better than he actually did. But it's with Rudiger again. And just watching Toni Kroos, you know, he's very difficult to pick up because he really does come deep to get the ball. A lot of the time, he's alongside the centre-backs. And he's definitely the playmaker for Germany. There's no doubt about that. On the ball again, out to Rudiger, who's in a bit of space here, midway through the Scottish half. Musiala now plays it out wide. But Scotland have men back here, maintaining a line, and that's what they've got to do in this game. They've got to keep their discipline. That's probably bigger than anything in this opening game, is the discipline. Because if they can pinch a point off the Germans, you know, it'll keep their confidence going for quite some time. In the tournament, of course, that's a good ball down the line. And Havertz is in a bit of space here. He's going up against Kieran Tierney. But again, Wirtz had made a good run into the box, but the cross didn't come in. Havertz again. Musiala, nice little 1-2s going on here. Germany playing some very neat football, some one-touch stuff. Get the ball, pass it, get the ball, pass it. And coming forward again here, Havertz with a little back flick, didn't come off Christie. And Tierney launches the ball forward towards Che Adams. But again, Adams has got a mammoth task against two German back four who are just massive centre-backs. They really are. There's no way he's going to win many aerial battles against them. I guarantee that. But you never know. You never know. I think it's Jonathan Tah, isn't it, alongside Rudiger. And then we've got Kimmich on the right-hand side. But Germany have scored. I took my eye off the game for 1 second, guys, and Germany have taken the lead on 10 minutes. And I think it's Florian Wirtz. I was sorting something out on my other screen, and I turn around and I see that Germany have scored. I do apologise for missing that, but there you go. It's Florian Wirtz who's given Germany the 1-0 lead. I'm just seeing it again now. Toni Kroos on the ball, fires it out to the right-hand side. Wonderful ball for Kimmich. Kimmich brings it down, plays it back to the edge of the box, and Wirtz steers it home. Angus Gunn will not be happy with that. That's a bad mistake. I mean, it's not a million miles away. He gets a good hand on it, but only pushes it into the corner. I don't know about you guys, but seeing that on the replay, that is a bad goal for the Scotland keeper to concede. But nevertheless, Germany have the first goal of Euro 2024, and it is scored by Florian Wirtz, an excellent striker, and that is why. Brilliant goal, and Scotland now are really, really up against it because this German side will want more goals. But that was not a good goal to concede from Angus Gunn. I'm not sure what you guys think in the chat about that goal there, but Gunn should have done better for me. Yeah, Chip thought it was Dubravka for a second. But this is a mountain to climb now for Scotland. I know it's only 1-0, but it's 1-0 after 10 minutes. And It's just too easy that for Germany, wasn't it? Just far too easy. Florian Wirtz left alone on the edge of the box. I mean, it's a good finish. It's a good hit, but it's curling it away. And of course, Guns. Oh, that's awful. That Scotland have lost it again, and Mittelstadt tried to go down there to get a free kick. I don't like seeing that. There was no reason to go down. Gunn definitely should have saved that, says Bearded Monster. Absolutely. It's good to see the fine traditions of Scottish goalkeeping being upheld, says Unrealistic Optimist. Yeah, not a great goal to concede. Not a great goal. Anyway, Porteous with a throw-in for Scotland. Up towards McGinn. Che Adams. It's going to be a right battle in there. Ryan Christie fighting for the ball, but Musiala comes out with it and gets it to Tarr. Jonathan Tarr forward to Florian Wirtz now. Gives it to Kimmich. And this is where you expect Germany to really, just outclass Scotland a little bit, just generating their own pace of the game, which is what the Germans are very, very capable of doing. And Tony Kroos in this position that he plays, he's so difficult to pick up because he almost plays like a centre-back at times. That's a good ball over the top again, looking for Havertz. Havertz, well, unfortunately, couldn't hold it up for the Germans, but I'm not convinced by Kai Havertz. I've never have been, to be honest, but I know he's strong and but his agility for me just isn't there. Germany really playing some lovely stuff at the minute. They really are. Andrick is coming into the game a lot more as well. Here's Musiala, back to Kroos, out to Mittelstadt, back to Kroos again, looking for that run. There's a couple of runners into the box. Again, Kimmich is in acres of space on the right-hand side. Lays it off to Rudiger. Rudiger to Florian Wirtz, the goal scorer. Wirtz turns, lays it back to Jonathan Tarr. To Kroos again, who's almost level with him, into Musiala. Musiala loses the ball, but he did have 4 Scots around him, but Germany win it back again. Musiala, good tackle. And Ryan Christie now tries to break for Scotland, but has to go back to... Kieran... Ryan Christie taken out very late there, and I think it was Andrick. I'm not 100% certain. The referee keeps his cards. Yeah, it was Andrick with the tackle, and it was a little bit late, that. I mean, he's just shoulder checked him to the floor. I mean, the ball was nowhere near him there. Not a very nice challenge, that, by Andrick, but there you go. The referee decides not to book him. Keith says Scotland conceding possession too often and too easily. Yeah, certainly that's the way the first 15 minutes of this game's gone. Scotland are finding it very difficult to get anything going at all. And the Germans, I mean, just seeing Mittelstadt coming in there with a very quick tackle. They are pressing very high up the field, the Germans, and Scotland are finding it extremely difficult. But again, it's going to be Porteous to take this throw in just almost on the halfway line. He'll probably try to go along, but he doesn't. He goes back to Angus Gunn. Oh, sorry, no, he doesn't. He goes back to his centre-back, Angus Gunn, who was, I still blame for that first goal, guys. I really do. Not a great bit of play. McTominay now for Scotland. Hardly mentioned him so far in this game. Normally, he steps it up for Scotland, but he certainly hasn't so far. Kieran Tierney now. Nice ball to Ryan Christie. Tierney again up the line for Che Adams. Lovely touch to get Robertson involved, but again, a heavy touch from Robertson and Rudiger in to pinch the ball straight away. And that's what Scotland are going to have to get used to. The pace of this game, the pace that the Germans are pressing them at is really causing Scotland some problems. I mean, Robertson thought he had more time on the ball there, and within a second of having it, Rudiger pinches it off him. Jonathan Tarr, and again to Tony Kroos, brings it forward. Scotland at the moment very much camped in their own half. And look, we expected Germany to have a lot of possession, but Scotland have got to be better in possession than they have been when they've had the ball. They've been very, very poor in possession so far tonight. Andrick now back to Tony Kroos. Instead of going back to goalkeeper, he just fires one over to Rudiger, and Rudiger this time goes back to Manuel Neuer. If you just joined us, welcome to Matchday Live on the Toon Review. Game number 1 of Euro 2024. It's currently Germany 1, Scotland 0. Florian Wirtz in the 10th minute of the game. And quite honestly, it's one-way traffic at the moment. But there's plenty of time left in this game. But Scotland need to tighten up in possession. They really do. They're just not. No, I didn't say Hendrick Chippers. Andrick, very different. Keith says Billy Gilmore on the bench. They need another player in the middle of the park. They should put McTominay up top and play a false nine. Well, I mean, look, if Steve Clarke will need to make decisions, there's no doubt about that, because if this game continues in the manner that it's going, Scotland are in for a whoop-ass in here, unless they change things a little bit. But there you go again. Very, very loose in possession and very easy for Jonathan Tah to intercept that ball. Good work again from Germany to win it back. Here is Gundogan. Gundogan has Kimmich to his right-hand side. Kimmich now brings it forward. Lays it back to Andrick. Andrick goes back to Tah. Tah to Rudiger. Rudiger then back to Manuel Neuer, and Germany will start again. But at the moment, it's too simple for the Germans. That's it really is. I mean, Scotland are getting the ball, and then they're trying these through balls, and it's just intercepted very quickly. But Germany look extremely comfortable in possession, knocking it around well, little 1-2s and 1-touches here and there. And Scotland at the minute can't live with them. But listen, we expected that. We expected Germany to have a lot more of the ball. But as I say, we're only 18 minutes in. There's a long time to go in this game. And you know what they say in football, you've got to score goals while you're on top. And Angus Gunn does really well there, because a ball over the top and Havertz was onto it. And he had got the better of the defender there, Kai Havertz. And Angus Gunn, good job for Scotland as well, because he saved the goal there. I'm under no illusion. Lovely ball played over the top again, though, by Germany. And Havertz was away. Very, very good play by Angus Gunn to stop that. Kind of made up for the mistake he made for the goal, I guess. The ball is with Toni Kroos again. Inside, lovely little turn from Gundogan. Gets away again, plays it through. Big chance for Germany. Kai Havertz, he's got no right foot. Pulls it back to Musiala. It's 2-0 to Germany. It's lashed into the roof of the net. And Scotland here could be on the end of an absolute hiding on day one in the championships. Kai Havertz, well, if he'd had a right foot, he would have just simply knocked it in with his right foot, but he didn't. He pulls it back for Musiala, and he rifles the ball past Angus Gunn into the roof of the net, and Germany have a 2-goal lead. And this could be a very painful night for Scotland if they don't improve very, very quickly. They haven't been able to hold on to the ball. Germany have cut them open twice now, and Scotland have got to be very, very careful, or this game could get away from them in a big hurry. Great turn there from Gundogan. And then he plays a fabulous ball, cuts through the Scottish defence. And then Havertz, no on the left foot, he says, I'm not hitting it. Pulls it back to Musiala. And that finish is outstanding. I mean, Angus Gunn has no chance. It's in the roof of the net. And Germany lead by 2-0. And there is a serious golfing class here. And you've been able to see that in the first 20 minutes. Steve Clarke there saying, calm down, keep your heads. But if they keep giving up possession like they are, Germany are going to have a bloody field day here. An absolute field day. 20 minutes gone. It's Germany 2, Scotland 0. And I have a feeling we ain't seen the end of Germany scoring for this game, guys. Lots of conversation going on between the Scotland players about, picking players up. But that ball through from Gundogan just ripped the heart of the Scottish defence open there. And to be fair, Havertz did well. Didn't want to take it on his left foot, so pulled it back for Musiala, and he did the rest. As Che Adams gives chase now, but he's not going to get the better of Jonathan Tah there, and it's out for a German goal kick. And already some of the Scottish fans looking a little bit fed up. I'll tell you what, though, Steve Clarke's got a bit of a sunburn on that old Bonce. But there's not many smiles in the Scotland fans at the moment, and rightly so. They're getting a bit of a whoop-ass in here. Manuel Neuer's pretty much been a spectator for the first 20 minutes of the game. And the German fans are absolutely loving it. It's Jonathan Tah now for Germany. Plays it across to Rudiger. And Rudiger again forward to Kimmich. Kimmich, again, the run from Havertz. And again, he's got through. But this time again, Angus Gunn is quick off his line. That's twice now in the space of a few minutes that Havertz has found gaps behind the Scottish defence. They're just not picking them up. And I don't know whether it's a lack of concentration or they're just not good enough players. But very simple balls through the channels here, especially to Havertz. And he's on the end of them in a flash. He really is. That's not a great touch from Florian Wirtz, though, and Scotland have it back now, but McGinn can't hold on to it. They just can't get a hold of the football, Scotland, here. And to be fair, Germany playing a very, very professional game here, doing what they need to do, and convincingly winning this game at the moment. Ralston now has a throw in for Scotland right on the halfway line. Steve Clark talking to the greatest coach in the history of football, of course, John Carver. But even John Carver can't work a miracle with this side at the moment. That's a foul, surely. And again, Andrick again going in very heavy. He's lucky. That's twice on Ryan Christie, and I think he's lucky he hasn't been booked yet. Two very heavy challenges on Ryan Christie, and not one of them he's been spoken to by the referee. He's just said, free kick, let's get on with it. McTominay now for Scotland as they try and get something going. Ralston, again, pressed very hard by Mittelstadt. That didn't look like a foul. I thought he got the ball, but it's a free kick to Scotland, and the referee has a little bit of a joke. Yvonne says the Scots have got to keep the goals down. One win and a draw will see them through. I guess it will, but at this stage, I mean, Scotland, they'll not be looking ahead to the other two games. They'll be looking to try and keep this score down at the minute. Never mind get back into it. They've got to be better in possession. They've been very, very poor in possession tonight, Scotland. Here's Ralston now again on this near side. Back to Paul. McGinn did well there because it was a poor ball up the line for him, but he's done well, McGinn, and got it to Kieran Tierney now, who's got a bit of space to run into for Scotland. McTominay ahead of him, and of course Robertson out to the left. Tierney floats a ball in. It's an exquisite clearance from Jonathan Tah. Lovely touch by Havertz. Is that a foul? It is indeed. In fact, it was Gundogan again. I mean, he is like a little magician on the ball. His touch is incredible. Yeah, terrible tackle that, actually. Nowhere near the ball was McGregor there. Just completely missed the ball and takes Gundogan out right on his ankles. Not a very nice one for the German playmaker there. Here's Toni Kroos. Again, so much of the ball he's had in this first 20-odd minutes. Germany again now with Mittelstadt down the left-hand side. And, oh, that's awful defending again. Ball played across. It's come to Musiala again on the edge of the box. He's looking for a penalty. And the referees give it. Wow. I mean, that just looked like Musiala lost the ball, but the referees pointed to the spot. This will obviously go to VAR. And Andy Robertson's having a word here. Gundogan's nodding his head saying the referee's got it right. I mean, I'm having another look here. It's on the edge of the box now. I'm not sure you can give a penalty. I think that's harsh, guys. Ryan Christie makes the first challenge. I'm not sure that should be a penalty. Ian Fleming says, I have to go, Paul. Going to see if my dentist will pull all my teeth out less painful than this. Thank you for your super chat, Ian. Yeah, but we're all football fans, aren't we? We're not going to get blazing fantastic football all the time. But VAR checking this. I'll be surprised if the referee... I mean, again, is there enough to overturn it, though? Because sometimes we see that in football where there's not enough to actually overturn the decision. Referee, he did take a little bit of time to think about it. Well, he does get his ankle kicked. It's Kieran Tierney, I think, who kicks the back of his ankle rather than Ryan Christie. I mean, Ryan Christie thought that he'd given the initial foul away, but it looked as if maybe Kieran Tierney kicked the back of his Musiala's ankle. Referee's still in conversation with VAR. And Andy Robertson clearly not happy with what's going on here. But the Scotland fans look completely bamboozled. And he's given the penalty. It is given by VAR, so the referee agrees. Oh, no. Free kick, sorry. No penalty, outside of the area. Well, we did say it looked like it was outside the area when the initial contact was made. And the referee and VAR agree with each other that that is no longer a penalty. It is a free kick to Germany, right on the 18-yard line, though. But we often find that this is a very, very difficult free kick to take because to get the ball up and down in the space they've got available is very difficult. Now, normally you go for a big hitter. I mean, nearly all the German team are huddled around the ball at the minute. Now they break free. We've got Havertz there, Kimmich, Toni Kroos is there, Gundogan's there. I mean, look, somebody's going to take a shot, aren't they? Somebody's going to take a shot. But this has turned into a bit of a nightmare for the Scots here. They're just not defending very well at all. Musiala's having an absolute field day for the Germans. Still don't know who's going to take this. There's still 4 German players around the ball. Kroos is there. Kimmich's there. Gundogan. I mean, Havertz may end up hitting this. I mean, sort of this distance, guys, it favours just a blast, doesn't it? Like a Fabian Schär or an Alan Shearer, just a ball blaster from the edge of the box, rather than trying to get it up and down over the wall. As McGinn is lying in that little bed position behind the wall. 5 or 6 Scotland players in it. It looks like this could be... It could be Kai Havertz to hit this. It is indeed on his left foot. It's deflected and eventually into the arms of Angus Gunn. I thought when it got the deflection there, it was going to take it away from the goalkeeper. Just seeing a replay now. Yeah, it did. He was taken out on the D, the kick on the back of the ankle. It was a good hit that by Kai Havertz on his left foot. Slight deflection, but the deflection kind of favoured the goalkeeper there because he'd already gone. But it remains 2-0 to Germany. Coming up to the 28-minute mark, and Scotland have got to try and get a bit of the football here. But again, they just don't hold possession, and the ball is played long all the way to Angus Gunn. And he gives it to Kieran Tierney. Tierney gets help from Robertson here. Down the line it goes again. And the ball goes out to play for a Scotland throw-in, does it? Yes. I mean, the linesman's got to be better than that, surely to God. Michael McIntyre, thank you for your super chat. Much appreciated, my friend. There's no comment there, but thank you for your super chat. McTominay now for Scotland. Tierney, McTominay, back to Tierney. But again, look at the work Germany do to win the ball back. It's incredible. Musiala, great work down this far side there. He's gone down. And I think he played for the free kick there, Musiala, and he's got it. And again, it's McGregor that brings him down. But, you know, Musiala, fantastic skill here to get away from both McTominay and Robertson. I'm not sure that's a foul, to be honest. I'm really not. McGregor's come across. He's tried to cut inside him. I think that's a little bit harsh. But Kroos has got the ball out to Kimmich again on this on the far side. Kimmich, nice ball into Gundogan. Gundogan into the penalty area. Spins around. Again, good support this time for Germany. It's Rudiger on the ball. Rudiger out to Kimmich again. And I have to say, the Germans do look very, very impressive in this first half an hour. However, I mean, Scotland haven't done anything. But they find it very difficult to do anything. But they've got to try and hang on to the ball a bit more. They really do. Here's Tony Kroos again. Out to the right-hand side to Kimmich. Scotland don't seem to be able to pick the Germans up, though. The balls are very, very similar. But Scotland aren't switched onto it enough. Jonathan Tah to Kroos, to Andrik, to Kroos. Brilliant play this by Germany again. Just holding on to the ball. Possession football. Making Scotland run around for the ball, which is going to tire them out very quickly, of course. Rudiger, nice ball in again. Intercepted. That's an awful challenge again. And it's Andrik again. And finally, the referee has had enough and he's given the yellow card. It's a terrible tackle again. And he is kind of the German enforcer, isn't he, Andrik? But that was, I mean, he was nowhere near the ball again for that tackle. And he's literally wiped out McTominay. And, studs high and everything like that. He's got to be, that's the third really bad foul he's given away in this first half. Just a little too ambitious, shall we say, to get the ball there. Oh, my goodness me. It's Bill Bob.
I do apologise.
Where have you been?
In the land of Nod.
Oh, dear me. Have a look at our phones, Billy Bob.
Oh, well, I should have set my alarm, really.
Well, I don't know how much of the first half you've seen.
I've seen the score, and it's not a great one for Scotland, is it?
No, I mean, it's one-way traffic, Billy. It really is. Scotland just can't. When they've got the ball, they've given it away so many times. They just can't have any decent stretch of possession. But Germany are really pressing them. Every time the Scottish player gets the ball, there's German players all over them. Musiala and Wirtz pulling the strings as usual. Really finding, well, that's in the back of the net there from Musiala, but handball, I think, from Havertz.
They almost had a penalty as well, didn't they?
Yeah, it was a funny one because initially it was couldn't tell who brought Musiala down, but the initial contact was in the D, so which could have, it could have been good night Scotland if it's not already, to be honest. I don't know what Steve Clarke is going to do with this, but they've offered. Germany's first goal, Florian Wirtz from the edge of the box, and you have to look at the goalkeeper. You just have to. He got a good hand on it, and then it just.
A Scottish goalkeeping mistake, surely.
Well, yeah. We've had a few comments already about the Scottish goalkeeping, Billy. Funny enough,
it's not Alan Rough, is it? He's not back, is he?
No.
Jim Leighton?
It's Brian Gunn's son, isn't it? And Brian Gunn made the odd Rick over, so what's running the family? Middlestad here for
Angus
Germany.
Gunn,
yeah. Angus Gunn is the goalkeeper. Played out wide by Tony Kroos is just magical to watch. I can't believe he's retiring after this tournament. But again, Havertz breathing down Gunn's neck. And Scotland have been caught out by that ball at least 4 or 5 times in this first half. And to be fair to Gunn, he's come out and swept up when he's needed to. Kind of made up for the goal, really. But look at that. That's a dreadful clearance. That's not international standard at all. Kimmich for Germany again. Inside now to Andrik, who has put 3 very dubious challenges in. He's on a yellow card now, of course, but certainly the enforcer in that German starting 11 tonight. But, Che Adams has had nothing out of Jonathan Tah or Rudiger for that matter. It's almost an impossible job for Che Adams, Billy.
He's not likely to, is he? Let's be honest. He's a championship-level striker against... Well, Rudiger's elite, isn't he? He really is.
Yeah, well, so is Tah, to be fair. I think they're both extremely good players. But Tony Kroos has been immense for Germany. He almost plays like a centre-back when Germany have the ball because he's always alongside the centre-backs to pick the ball up. You'll find that Rudiger or Jonathan Tah hardly ever have to play the ball a long way because Kroos is always in support and then he just pings one out somewhere and puts Germany immediately on the attack.
He looks like he's just operating 10 yards either side of the halfway line, doesn't it?
Yeah, he's
getting on a bit, but it's got to be easy work for him if he can play like that for the whole tournament, isn't it?
Yeah, but that's how he tended to play for Real Madrid last season as well. Billy just sort of working between the halfway line, 10 yards either side. John McGinn now stretching for the ball again, and Scotland just cannot hang on to this ball. Here's Musiala, Gundogan, nice bit of play. Musiala, Kimmich chips the ball over towards Gundogan, but it's headed away. And McTominay tries and brings it away for Scotland. But look at the Germans pressing to get that ball back. It's elite level stuff from the Germans. It really is. But Scotland, in fairness, do well to get the ball out. And Kieran Tierney's got it on the left-hand side now. Inside again to McGinn. McGinn plays a long ball over the top looking for Che Adams, but that's good defending actually by Middlestad there. And he's won a throw-in for Germany. But that's the first real opening that Scotland have had in this first half, 35 minutes in. They cleared the centre-backs there. But Middlestad just swept up. Che Adams, he's not... God, that's why when they talk about him coming to Newcastle, I'm like, some fans are saying, oh, what about Che Adams? No, thank you very much. He's not a Premier League player. He just isn't. He's in the Premier League, granted, but he's not a Premier League player.
Well, I'm not sure he is, because Southampton, he's not signed a contract.
Has it ran out at Southampton? I'm not.
Yeah.
I see they've just signed Lallana.
Southampton have gone back, has he?
Yeah, gone back on a 1-year deal, yeah. Well, Scotland have the ball. They've just got nowhere to go. They literally have nowhere to go. Germany have got... Nagelsmann's got his tactics spot on, to be fair. Long ball down the line. Look at that. There's just nothing there. And Manuel Neuer, he literally could sit down and have a cigar. It's been that easy for him so far. Tar brings it away. Florian Wirtz got the first and Musiala the second. Wirtz one was, I mean, he should have saved it, but Musiala, it was just ball played over the top for Havertz. I thought he was going to blast it with his left foot. He didn't. He cut back, laid it to Musiala, and he just rifled it in the top of the net. It was a really good finish, to be honest. No chance for the goalkeeper with that one.
He could have played for England, couldn't he? Musiala.
Yes, it's one that got away. I Like Coffee, who's been a member for 13 months. Thank you very much. Paul and Billy, if you had to sign one player from the German national team for Newcastle, who would you love to see play for the Toon?
Florian Wirtz for me.
Yep, absolutely. I don't think there's any doubt about it. He's been a real handful in this first half. As Jonathan Tah pushes, Che Adams in the back. Adams goes sprawling to the floor, and Scotland now have an opportunity to play the ball into the area and get some of their taller men into the penalty area and try and get on the end of a ball into the box. It's going to be McTominay to take it for the Scots, but they haven't had anything out of the Germans at the minute, and I don't foresee that changing. Look at the size of the defenders.
So the Scots tried to be physical about it and just
they've never been in it, really. No,
I mean that's the way they should have gone about it, really, shouldn't it?
Well, a few people in the chat did say that before the start of the match, saying that they expect Scotland to rough the Germans up. They've got a few shithouses in the team, like McGinn, etc., but they haven't. It's been the opposite way around, to be honest. I think Germany have bossed it so far. Look at the pace of Wirtz there, incredible. And it's back to Angus Gunn, who clears it eventually. Tar again, good strength, but Scotland have getting a little bit of a possession here. Tierney's ball down the line. Ryan Christie now. He's got Rudiger all over him. To be fair, Ryan Christie's been bashed to bits in this first half. He's had. I mean, Andrix took him out twice before Andrix actually got a yellow card. But McGregor's been poor in midfield for Scotland, giving some very, very, very simple fouls away. They just haven't got it going at the minute. But they have got the best coach in the world on the bench, Billy.
They have, yeah. Half time, it could be a completely different game after he gets their hands on them. Absolutely. I've got my Scotland blue on in support of them.
Middlestadt goes back to Jonathan Tah. Tah to Rudiger. Again, Kroos right next to the back four there. Andrick comes in deep as well. Rudiger goes across to Jonathan Tah, who brings it over the halfway line to Middlestadt. Middlestadt brings it forward. He's got Wirtz to his left. Here is Florian Wirtz now for the Germans. Heading towards the penalty area. Cuts inside. Lays it back to Gundogan. Gundogan spins. Nice little bit of play. He's still got it, Gundogan. What a ball in by, I think it was Rudiger fired that ball in, but Angus Gunn collected into his chest. But Gundogan's made some brilliant touches in this game, Billy. Absolutely wonderful touches.
Outstanding player, isn't he? He really is. I know he's 34, 35 years of age, but what a player. What a player.
Well, the way he plays the game, he doesn't really need the pace, Billy, because he's got the skill and then he's got the vision. And Scotland, again, trying to play it out from the back. Absolutely dreadfully. And Germany back in possession again. Kroos now flicks it left to Middlestadt. Again, Kai Havertz is wide, calling for the ball. In fact, it's not. It's Florian Wirtz. Into the box he goes. Two Scotland players come to him. Wirtz just jinking and shaking. And I mean, look at the possession football Germany played. This will just be wearing the Scots down, Billy. The Scots have got nothing. They're going to be knackered at the end of this because they've been chasing the ball.
Yeah, men versus boys. This is, and I already joined the game 20 minutes in. It's different levels of player, isn't it? Championship level side against a side that may have a chance of winning the whole tournament with the quality of player they've got in it.
Well, I mean, I said before, just before you came on, actually, I was very impressed with Germany, but they're not really up against a lot tonight, to be honest. But they can only beat what's in front of them. But Musiala, again, dinking and weaving through the Scottish defence. Here's Kimmich, plays the ball in, headed in. Oh, great save by Angus Gunn. And how on earth did Havertz not put that in? And then Kroos comes in with a shot.
The broken leg there. Oh, that reminded me of David Buse.
There is a lot of pain in the penalty area.
That reminded me of David Buse against when he played for Coventry. Oh,
it's Gundogan, I think, who's down, isn't it? The ball came in. It was Gundogan that got his head on it. Oh, I mean,
dear me.
What a save that was, by the way.
Excellent
From
save, wasn't it?
Gundogan's header. Brilliant save to his right from Gunn. And then it's this challenge here. Oh, that's a penalty, Billy. Never mind. That's a red card and a penalty.
Yeah.
I mean, he gets the ball with his right foot. I think it's Porteous. But he completely... Oh, my God.
It's 2 foot above. Oh, Christ, that's awful.
That's a terrible tackle. That's got to be dealt with. Keith Truscott, thank you for a super chat. It's Premier class versus conference class right now. Worlds apart in levels. They are checking for a penalty, by the way, and I'd be very surprised if this isn't given. It was a terrible tackle.
Awful.
And never mind a terrible tackle. That was worthy of a red card. It's a stonewall penalty.
I know he's got to be panicking because it looks like he's going to tap into an empty net. I mean, Gundogan's lucky he's not broke a leg there. But you can't do that.
Well, to be honest, I don't think there's anything wrong with Porteous. I just think he's down for a reason. He's worried about this because he knows exactly where that left foot went in. That was an awful tackle. And if a penalty is given here, then I think he's got to go, Billy. I think, that was high. It was dangerous. That could have easily snapped his leg.
Yeah, there was no kind of due count attention towards the opponent, was there? He just literally...
Well, the referee's going to screen, Billy, so this could get overturned here, and this looks like a penalty to me. And I reckon it could be a sending off as well. I'll be amazed if he doesn't get a red card for that, because look how high that left foot is. And he makes contact with Gundogan before he's got the ball.
It's a standing leg as well.
It's a standing leg. The referee's made a decision already. It's a penalty. Absolutely correct.
Gundogan's a very lucky boy that he's not broke his leg there.
Horrific tackle. Absolutely horrific tackle. And Porteous, I think he'd be incredibly lucky to stay on the field here.
Well, is there a double jeopardy with a penalty being given? I'm not sure they're sending him off now. But...
Yeah, it's a good point. Good point, yeah. Terrible tackle. Terrible. But Gundogan looks like he's okay. I mean, you can see there Andy Robertson saying he got the ball. Well, Andy, if you have a look at that replay at halftime, you'll see exactly what's happened. Dreadful. You can't make tackles like that. I mean, he's took him out with he's probably gone in 2-footed there in the end. If you look where his feet end up after the tackle, that's awful.
And 1 foot plays the ball and it goes over the top.
Oh, he has sent him off, Billy.
Yeah, see you later.
He has sent him off. It is a red card. Well, I had a feeling it would be, Billy. I had a feeling. We said when we first saw that replay, Billy, that looked like a red card. You can't make challenges like that.
Yeah, it was like the Bruno
you have
one,
to send him off for that outrageous tackling. I agree.
The Bruno one against Southampton was similar to that. I mean, in the semi-final of the cup, he kind of 1 foot got the ball, but the other one went over the top and hit it. Yeah,
but I think the left foot made contact first before the right got the ball, Billy. Split second. But either way, it ended up like a 2-footed tackle in a way, and I can't believe that hasn't broken Gundogan's leg.
No, he's a lucky lad that he's still able to walk around after that.
Terrible.
The size of the centre half as well against someone so slight.
Absolutely. I mean, to be honest, I don't think the TV showed that red card until the replay. We didn't see him give the red card until the replay showed it. We saw him talking with Andy Robertson and the referee, and then the replay showed a red card. But it's going to be Kai Havertz to take the penalty for the Germans. A little sprint run up, a little dummy, and 3-0 Germany. Very, very good penalty, I have to say, from Kai Havertz. But the Scots are in real trouble here. We're now into injury time at the end of the first half. There'll be 3 minutes added, probably a little bit more to be fair. But Kai Havertz makes it 3-0 to the Germans. And Scotland, well, them fans aren't looking as happy as they were before the game started. That's a certainty.
I imagine they're sobered up now after all this. If this is the case of if I want Scotland to win and this is what happens, I'll do it more regular, I think.
Oh, I mean, a good penalty from Havertz. He did that little sprint first, then he did a little dummy, and then very, very confidently straight down the middle with the penalty. He's actually played really well for Germany in this first half. I was hammering him in the first half, saying earlier on, saying I didn't think he was a very good player. But, well, He's made me eat my words so far. He's had a hell of a first half.
I bet he's not playing as a centre forward, though, is he?
Well, he's supposed to be, but the thing is, when you've got Musiala and you've got Wirtz along just playing off you, I mean, it makes life so much easier, to be fair. And Scotland again lose the ball. Germany pushing here for a fourth goal before the end of the half. And Kimmich has probably hit the worst ball he's ever going to hit. And it drops into the arms of Gunn, the goalkeeper. Steve Clark has a very pensive look on his face. I'm not sure what he can do at halftime, to be honest. These teams are absolutely gulfs apart. Gulfs apart. We're into the 3rd minute of injury time now. I don't know whether the referee will allow some more on because it went into injury time before the penalty was taken, of course. But again, look at that. So sloppy in possession, Scotland. But Germany are clearly fired up, Billy. I mean, obviously it's their home tournament this time. They feel like they want to go far in it. And so far, they're putting up a performance which just says, you know, we're not going to lie down and take this. We're not going to bottle it.
They seem the ideal opponents for first game in a home tournament. I mean, they wouldn't be like this against England, would they? They'd be putting their foot in, they'd be kicking us left, right, and centre. They're not doing anything, are they, really?
Well, they always seem to get up for the game against us, don't they?
They do.
The referee's pulled play back here because there's a Scotland player down. I think he tried to play advantage. And it's McGregor again. He's been on the end of some German studs in this first half, as he's dished it out as well. But now an opportunity to put the ball in the box again for Scotland. Can they get some sort of goal back before half-time, which would put them in a little bit of a better mood going in at half-time than they would 3-0 down? But you just look at that German backline, Billy, and they've got some very tall men there. And it's cleared away. McTominay now for Scotland. And eventually played back, but the referee blows for half-time. And, well, I mean, it's probably as expected, the first half. We did expect Germany to win the game. I think it's gone a little bit easier than expected for Germany. I did expect, Billy, and the one thing I'm disappointed with Scotland about is the fact that, you know, when you came on there, you said that, you know, have Scotland roughed them up a bit, have they been involved? And that's what people were saying before the game. Would the Scots really wind up the Germans, get in the faces and cause them to, you know, lose a bit of concentration and Scotland could maybe try and get one over them that way? But it's just been nothing. There's been nothing like that from Scotland. There's been no winding up, no shithousery, nothing like that, not getting in the faces. And Germany have just cruised through that first half.
I mean, they've got players on that side that can do that. They've got the McGinns, who's a little rat, isn't he? He's a good player, little rat. McTominay's a very physical player. Yep. Ryan Christie was a bit of a shit-up, and we played Bournemouth twice. So I'm surprised they haven't gone down that route, because if they're going to try and play them quality for quality, they're going to get their asses kicked. And that's what's happened, isn't it? I mean, Germany look a much better side, much higher quality of player. Scotland really can only compete in the physical stakes, and if they haven't done that, then you've got no chance. Strange decision. They seem to be totally overboard and totally outclassed.
Yeah. It's not going the Scots' way. Welcome, everybody, if you just joined Matchday Live on the Toon Review. It is Germany 3, Scotland 0 at half-time. Thank you to everybody watching. Please do subscribe if you are new to the channel. Just a quick domestic news, Billy. A couple of stories broke today regarding Newcastle United. Of course, the main one being Almiron, and it looks like Eddie Howe is well, basically showing a little bit of a ruthless streak by saying to Miggy that his time's up. No, but the thing is, we've seen that Miggy's agents come out and said he wanted to stay. Miggy said he wanted to stay, but it's not looking like that. It looks like Eddie Howe is going to sort of get Almiron out the door.
Yeah. It's time, isn't it? He's not. It's clear that we're after a right winger, right sided forward. Where Miggy plays, and if he isn't staying, then he's going to be a waste of a squad place, a waste of money, really, a waste of wages, because he's not going to play. It's just now if we can get him away somewhere where he wants to go and get some money for him, because we need to.
And another one is mentioned today, Billy, that Bayern Munich have approached Newcastle and a couple of other Premier League teams and a couple of European teams regarding Matthias de Ligt. And when I saw that, I was thinking, you know, once Fabian Schär decides to hang up the boots, a centre-back pairing of Botman and De Ligt for the next God knows how long, because De Ligt's only 24. I could live with that.
Well, De Ligt comes in ahead of Shared, isn't he? In my eyes, he's an elite centre-half, isn't he? And yeah, I'm surprised. I don't know why they've contracted us so much. I mean, there must be some reason in it why they would contact us about him, because they want him out the door. I think he's on really high wages, though, isn't he? But he's an outstanding centre-half.
I think we're going to find this, Billy, that a lot of players that we get linked with, wages are going to be mentioned in the reports. But you know what? We're going to have to smash this wage structure well and truly once.
At some point, yeah.
At some point, we can't keep going on saying, oh, well, you know, such and such is our highest player. We've got to go out there and do something. And if we want to be an elite side and get these elite players in, but there will be ways of structuring a wage. You don't just have to pay it all in an annual salary. You can turn around and say, right, well, we'll give you so much signing on fee. We'll give you a bonus for this, a bonus for that. So it keeps the money coming in, but not necessarily on the actual wage.
I'd love to see Matchday De Ligt come in. Who else have they contacted, though? Is it clubs like, I don't know, Man City, them kind of clubs?
Yeah.
Because it is.
Well, I don't think Man City were mentioned. I think Liverpool and Manchester United were the two mentioned over here. And a couple of Spanish sides, but the fact that we're in the conversation, you know, I mean, they've approached us for a reason. I mean, there must have been some talk, and of course, there's a link today with Tomori at AC Milan as well.
Oh, now that'd be one that'd be very, very interesting. I think he's a fantastic player, and he needs to get back to England in the Premier League if he wants to kind of play for international football, because he's out of sight and out of mind at the moment with the manager. Ridiculously so. He's the best centre half we have, I think. It's ridiculous that Gareth Southgate hasn't got him anywhere near the squad, and he's picking the likes of Mark Guehi and Lewis Dunk and people like that, and Fikayo Tomori's streets ahead of them two.
And Maguire,
miles ahead, and even to a certain extent, John Stones too. So straight. I mean, Fikayo Tomori would get him through the door. That'd be outstanding for us.
Interesting question from Ollie. Says, who do you think gets the armband this season? Lascelles is out for half the season. Trippier potentially out or dropped for Tino. So who gets the armband? And the thing is, Billy, I think the captain has to be a player who is going to play on a very regular basis.
Yeah, I think Bruno would be the man for me if he's still here, of course. I think Bruno would be my choice. I think he'd be an outstanding captain for us.
See, I mean, I was thinking along the lines of Botman as well, but obviously he's out for half the season. It's pointless that happening either. And you look around, who else is there? You know, I mean, Dan Burns not going to play regular. I wouldn't have thought anyway. So, I mean, it's you can only point to Bruno, surely, or Joe Linton, really. I mean, what kind of captain would Joe Linton be?
Yeah, another one that leads by example. But for me, it'd be Bruno. I mean, give Bruno the captaincy. It may encourage him to stay. You know, offer him the captaincy, the armband. You know, it may encourage him to stay, being the captain of a side that and a club he loves. He clearly loves, even though he's linked with a move away. But give him the captain's armband, it might help him and tempt him to stay.
Yeah. I think we're just going to see the first Germany goal here, Billy.
I'll have a look at these. Yeah, I've not seen them yet.
Watch this ball by Kroos. Out to Kimmich. Absolutely brilliant ball. Now this, look at Wirtz on the edge of the box. Now watch this.
Oh, he's got to save that. Yeah, you're right.
He gets a really good hand on it, but he sort of pushes it into the corner of the net. I mean, Wirtz just walks in there. Nobody bothers picking him up.
Chris packet hands.
But it's a terrible error. Kristen, thank you for being a member for 10 months. Kristen says Joe Linton for the armband.
Maybe.
Matty says Bernard Trippier starts the season as captain. Yeah, but Matty, Trippier might not be here, and Dan Burn is probably, let's be honest, not going to be a regular starter next season. At least I don't think he is. So the captain has to be somebody who is going to be regularly in the best starting 11. Yes, we'll make changes for cup games, etc. But your Premier League 11, you're going to want your captain to be the man who is going to be there most of the time. And, fingers crossed Bruno stays. I mean, Ange says Gordon or Bruno. Kieran says Big Joe's vice captain. That would be okay. I mean, that second goal.
Oh, that's a great finish.
Yeah, it's absolutely incredible. King Hoddle says the Scots are lucky to have nil. I agree. They've been very, very poor. Southern Geordie says Share. By the way, it is Fabian Share, not Shah. It's Fabian Cher, the singer, because I was watching them. I think it was on social media today. Some of the Premier League put something out about how to pronounce people's names, which was very handy for me. Fabian Cher came on and said, Fabian Cher. So there you go. Brucey's Ball, thank you for your super chat, saying Scotland get battered everywhere they go. Well, I'm being respectable because I know we've got a lot of Scottish viewers on this channel, and I'm not going to rub it in too much because I think they'll be feeling pretty shitty anyway, to be honest with you. I mean, the more I see that tackle, it's 100% a sending off. And I don't think Porteous was ever injured there, Billy. He knows exactly what he's done there. There's no way that tackle injured him. Not in a million years.
It's cringy watching it, isn't it? It makes you think, oh, I mean, as I say, Gundogan's lucky he's able to stand up and walk away from that. It's an awful tackle.
Ange Mag says, thank you. My husband is adamant I was wrong. It's pronounced Cher. It is Cher, not Shah. Yeah. It's Cher from the man himself. I think we called him Cher last season anyway, to be honest, on this.
We always
call
him Cher. We always call him Cher. We've all done it right. Every pronunciation's right on this channel, even Madueke.
Oh, listen, it doesn't matter. Madueke, Trevor. Exactly.
You're Trevor.
Trevor's an easier name. Steve says if it not Scotland's food being battered, it's the football team. Kevin reckons Cher should be captain. I mean, it's not a bad shout, to be honest, but I worry about Fabian Cher when he has one of these games where he just doesn't want to be there, you know, and it doesn't. I know it doesn't happen a lot. I know it'll happen maybe 2 or 3 times in a season, but your captain has got to be right there. I Like Coffee says, I still remember the first time Paul pronounced Guimaraes. Well, I say Guimaraes. I probably said Guimaraes or something the first time, but not all of us speak the Queen's language like Alex does. You know, what the hell? The penalty was illegal. He stopped. It wasn't illegal. You see that every single game of football that there's a penalty. Matty Kelly says Scotland's national dish is anything battered. Oh, let's come on, guys. They're having
not the time to take the mickey out of the poor Scots. Even I'm not doing it. If I don't do it, then you don't need to do it. Exactly.
But there's still 45 minutes left. I mean, I know you joined us late, Billy, but there is still time. Bruno played plenty of games after his yellow card and told his boss he wouldn't let him down. He is my choice of captain, says Yvonne.
Great shout, Yvonne. I totally agree with you. And of course, when he's umming and ahhing about whether he wants to leave or not because of this release clause, if it has been met, from the captain's armband, it's a little tempting.
It is an incentive, definitely. I mean, how would he feel being the first Newcastle player to lift a trophy in so many years? Incredible. Looney Tunes says, leave the Scots alone. The English are no better. Can't disagree with that at all. We haven't played yet, so I don't know how we can be all Billy Big Balls until we've kicked off because we lost to Iceland. Let's be fair. The England players are playing shocking for Scotland. Let's not even go there.
They've got some English players. I mean, McTominay sounds like Liam Gallagher, with his voice, what have you.
I know, Billy, but Scottish family, all right? Let's not dig the Scots out here. They're feeling bad enough.
Have you got Scottish family?
I haven't.
Oh, I thought you said you had Scottish family.
McTominay has.
Oh, he has, yeah, sorry. Without doubt, with that name, God almighty, he's got to be Scottish.
Exactly. J7, the Brazilian Geordie says, hi, TTR, we shouldn't be taking the piss as England couldn't even beat Iceland. I've just said that, matey, which is why I'm being very... just very collected about this because England play on Monday, don't they? And let's not count chickens because we haven't been playing very well, and we have Gareth Southgate as manager. So, Lee says Billy loves battering his sausage every night before bed.
Oh, that's a nice thing to say.
Wow. Conor Mattia, thank you very much for your super chat. Scotland Hotspur, VAR having a great game. And of course, Billy, the new offside rule for VAR is in this tournament as well.
Yeah, obviously it works better than what ours does. With a toenail being deemed to be offside when it really isn't. In my opinion, how can something that's a thousandth of an inch be offside when it's not? It's mad.
Billy, we have a certain Mr. Stato in the chat. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. Did he not message us earlier on asking about the show tonight?
I think he did.
I'm pretty sure he did. And he hasn't turned up. So it could be hashtag Toon Review Stato out. Anyway, Ab says Iceland was a friendly. We will smash it in this tournament.
I agree, Abs. I'm with you 100%.
Are you really, Billy?
Yes. I think we'll win it. I don't
Are you still asleep and still dreaming? Because
I said it and then thought about our back four, and I thought, shouldn't really said that.
Apparently we play Sunday, not Monday. I thought it was Monday.
We do play Sunday, yeah.
Oh, is it Sunday? Wow, okay. Fair enough. We will have that live on the channel, guys. Billy will be doing some commentaries as well of some of the games across Euro 24 as well. So the ones that Billy does, give him your support as well. Because Billy's quote was, I'm watching them, I may as well commentate. So there you go. Keith Truscott, thank you for your super chat. The talent we have should be winning this tournament. There, I said it. I'm just going to see how the first game goes first. Statos put one hashtag, I'll do the weekend shift. Nice one, brother. Oh dear. We should do with the players and tactics and formation is right. Tom's asking any watch alongs tomorrow. I think you're doing the Spain one, aren't you, Billy?
Spain, Croatia. I think there's a game tomorrow.
Croatia, yes. Billy will have lots of itches in that game.
There'll be a game every day. At some point.
At least one game every day through the tournament. Definitely. We can definitely say that to you. Sometimes two. Because there'll be some 2 o'clock kickoffs during the day, isn't there?
There's 3 games tomorrow. There's 3 games tomorrow.
But through the group, the first 2 sets of group games, they're all. There's a lot of 2 o'clock kickoffs as well, and afternoon games, isn't there? So, Anne says it's nice to see just the captains going to the ref. Let's see Portugal. I see some Scotland. Red cards when they play.
Scotland are tightening things up by bringing on Grant Hanley. Well, enough of this Scotland loving. I'm not doing it anymore.
Oh, well, by the way, Pascal Gross is coming on for Andrick, who was pretty much walking a very, very, very thin line for a red card. Hendry's on as well for Scotland. Did Hendry start the game?
They need snookers.
Did Hendry start the game? I don't know. But Pascal Gross is on, which is not the best news for Scotland either. But Scotland will get the second half underway here eventually once everything's ready to go. Kicking from right to left.
Oh, Grant Hanley.
Grant Hanley. How? We're underway for the second half.
Crap in the championship for us, wasn't he? So.
Well, he did a job, I suppose, but he wasn't great, was he? I mean, he did a job, but I mean, we're talking about international championships here against Germany. Oh dear, oh dear. I mean, look, he's had to make a change, hasn't he? Because Scotland have got 10 men. So, that was interesting. Rudiger, as normal, puts his hand up and says, "I didn't touch him." But we know what Rudiger can be like. Ryan Christie's took a battering in this game. I mean, there's nothing wrong with Christie there. There's not even a collision. And the 2 of them going down. Get up, you absolute tart. I'm sorry, but that was not a foul. He didn't even touch him. Gordon Bennett.
I can't say I'm a fan of Ryan Christie. He's a proper shithouse, he is.
Yeah. But he's been knocked around in this game. But that was a bit of shithousery. But to be honest, Scotland need a bit of shithousery in the second half. McTominay is going to take... Kick. Yeah, he is.
Why? You want him on the end of it?
Yeah, the tallest player in the Scotland side is taking the free kick. Makes a lot of sense. Yeah. Up he steps. He's tried to... Well, he swung it into the near post, but Germany get it away. And it will bounce out for a throw-in midway through the German half. I mean, it wasn't a good free kick, let's be honest.
No.
Robertson gives the ball to Kieran Tierney.
He going back to big screen, little screen.
Big screen. Yes. I keep forgetting to do that. Just some strange reason. There you go, guys. Very powerful header away from Rudiger. Havertz getting in a bit of a tangle in his own feet there. And another free kick to Germany. To Scotland's McTominay slice down there.
Yeah.
Well, Scotland have come out for the second half with a bit of a bit of a fighting atmosphere. I guess Gundogan's had an ice pack on that shin at halftime. And this is a good run. Crossed into the box. Chance for Scotland, but good defending again. And look at that from Musiala. I mean, if that's not confidence out of your own penalty area, I don't know what is. And then Wirtz is brought down and a yellow card. Terrible tackle. And I think it's Grant Anthony. No, it's not. It's Ralston. And that is a yellow card to Scotland. Look at that skill from Musiala in his own penalty area.
And let's not forget, John McGinn will be playing Champions League football this season. And, you know, he's one of Villa's better players. I think they're going to struggle like hell in the Champions League this year.
Yeah. But that's the first official booking of the game. Of course, they've got a red card already as well. Porteous sent off at the end of the first half. And now Gundogan. But I think Germany will probably just play out this first half, Billy. They'll not go hell for leather for goals. I would assume they'll just try and keep possession, knock it around a little bit, and just enjoy themselves, really.
Oh, I hope they do. I hope they go for more.
Well, so do I, but was it
from an entertainment point of view?
Yeah, Tony Kroos has gone off, hasn't he, for Pascal Gross?
Yeah, rest the old fella.
Yeah, there's no need to keep him on, really, is there? I mean, they're cruising through this game.
No pun intended.
I didn't even realise I'd said that, Billy, so thank you. Here is Pascal Gross. I mean, it's just simple football from Germany right now, isn't it?
Did they do a tribute to Franz Beckenbauer before the game?
Yeah, they did indeed, yes. Yeah, they did. Here's Kimmich on the right-hand side. Rudiger inside to... That's not Pascal Gross, number 5. Who the hell is that? Have they made more than one change, Germany? Because I haven't seen it come up on the TV. But it looks... Jonathan Tah's not on the pitch either.
No.
Oh, he is?
Yes, he is.
So who's... Oh, man, it's Mittelstadt at left back. Yeah.
Number 5. Mittelstadt's not number 5. There's Mittelstadt on the outside. That's Mittelstadt there, isn't it?
Yeah, Pascal Gross is number 8. So who's the other... Who's this guy?
Cruz is 8.
Gross on for Andrik, yeah. Gross is number 5.
And Cruz is 8. There you go.
So Tony Kroos is still on the pitch?
Yeah.
All right. So, well, that's the...
I think so.
Take back the old man legs comment.
I think it's Cruz. Yeah, it's definitely Cruz.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it certainly is. Here's Musiala for Germany. Kimmich. Again, Germany just toying with the Scots here. I mean, they literally are just toying with them. And I'll tell you something, by the way. The Germans have some very good players on the bench. So, you know, it's not like Scotland can think, oh, we'll tire them out, because whoever replaces this starting 11, Rudiger might hit this, you know. He does indeed. And Angus Gunn's had to turn it around the corner. I'm not sure whether that was on target or not. But Angus Gunn wasn't taking any chances, and it's a corner to Germany. Good hit that by Rudiger.
For Rudiger. It's good play, Rudiger. I'm a big fan of Rudiger's.
Yeah, he's a nutcase, though.
He is, absolute Fruit Loop, but he's a hell of a player. He's just going in.
I think it might have been, you know. Might have been creeping in the corner. Yeah. I mean, since that goal, I think Gunn's done very well for Scotland. He's saved them on a couple of occasions with balls over the top. In comes the corner, and nobody's got there. And that's incredible pace from Kimmich to keep that in there. Really good work from the German fullback. Now it's Mittelstadt, crosses in on his left foot. I mean, that is an incredible attempt at the header from Rudiger there. I mean, it was literally on the floor. That's not a foul, ref. That is just strong play from Tony Kroos. And Robertson's just ran in and bounced off him. He's just, that's not a foul in my opinion.
Mittelstadt translates into city centre.
Yeah, it does.
Or middle town, middle city.
Middle. It is something like that, yeah. But look at that. Scotland lose the ball again. Pascal Gross to Musiala. And now Gundogan. Florian Wirtz. Wirtz cuts in on his right-hand side, gives it to Gundogan. Gundogan, it was a clever ball, but just too much on it for Kimmich. But Gundogan's vision is absolutely superb, isn't it? I mean, he spotted Kimmich there, and Nagelsmann gives it a round of applause. I mean, Nagelsmann's probably just as young as some of the German bloody players.
He is.
I think Toni Kroos is older than Nagelsmann, isn't he?
I think he probably is, yeah. But yeah, fantastic manager. Plays the game properly, doesn't he? And much better than that fella that used to manage him, the one who used to scratch himself and smell it.
Scratch and sniff. Joachim Löw. Yeah, let's not talk about that. I feel me tea coming back up. That one in the World Cup that time when the camera panned on him for about 3 minutes while he has a good scratch down there. Then he sort of sniffed it and then he ate the damn thing. It was disgusting. I had a history teacher like that.
He must be ideal against a sweaty sock, so.
Oh dear! I had a history teacher like that. He used to have this long beard, and he used to pick the beard. We used to sort of watch him while we were doing our work, and he used to pick it, and then he used to whatever was in it. He used to look at it and then stick it in his mouth. It was
Yeah.
Anyway, let's get back to the football rather quickly. It's Mittelstadt on the ball, and now Pascal Gross for Germany. A few players have slipped over on this surface. I'm not sure whether it was because of all the stuff that was on the ground before for the opening ceremony. But quite a few German players especially have gone to sort of ping a long ball and they've lost their footing. Here is the great Grant Hanley. I cannot believe he's playing any European Championships. I mean, that's taking the piss. I'm sorry. It's outrageous. Brian says, don't put that image in my head. I hate that video. Yeah, I mean, if it's all over YouTube, you want to go and have a look at somebody scratching their old Johnny Rolex, and then, I mean, it must have been something juicy. He couldn't wait to get it in. Once he'd smelt it, he couldn't wait to get it in his mouth. You never know where conversation goes on the Toon Review, do you? You really don't.
He had Stasso's hair dye deal as well, didn't he? That man
he did. Yes, he did.
No doubt.
Yeah, he did. Oh dear. Here's Mittelstadt for Germany. Florian Wirtz plays a very interesting one too that Mittelstadt can't control. I'm not sure what Florian Wirtz was trying to do with that pass. I mean, he just flicked it up in the air for no apparent reason. Long ball played forward by the Scots. Jonathan Tah again just guides it down to Pascal Gross, leads it into Rudiger. Rudiger out to the left-hand side now to Florian Wirtz again. Wirtz ball in. Gundogan tries a little flick, but this time Musiala not on the same wavelength. Kieran Tierney has to be careful here. He's looking for help. And to be fair, tried to get it. I'm not seeing Che Adams out there for Scotland, Billy. He looks like he's come off. I mean, that's Ryan Christie, and I think he's been... That wasn't really a foul on Tah either, to be fair.
A bit of revenge there, wasn't there? Yeah.
I'm not
seeing Adams either. Maybe they took him off to bring the centre-half on.
Yeah, well, they've had no choice, really, have they? Germany on the attack again and have another corner. I mean, they're just wearing Scotland down here. The Germans have took the foot off the gas completely here. They're in no rush to get any more goals. They're just spreading the ball around, attacking like they do. They're under no threat at the other end. I mean, Neuer's literally not had a touch in this second half so far. We're, 11 minutes in?
Well, 3 games in 10 days or so. And you're 3 up against 10 men. It's the ideal situation for you, isn't it? I'd like to see Germany go for more goals, but they don't need to, do they?
And it's all about fitness as well.
Yeah.
Toni Kroos fires it over now. Opportunity for Pascal Gross. He's going to hit it. We know he can hit the ball. Sorry, it was Kimmich. Kimmich's got a good shot on him as well, to be fair. I don't know a German that doesn't. Here's Kimmich again. Down the line now for Havertz. Back to Kimmich. Gross. Jonathan Tah now to the left-hand side. The ball is with Musiala again, looking to get past his man, and he has got past his man. Brilliant play from Musiala, stops at the byline. Now the cross comes into the far post, shot by Wirtz just over the bar.
Brilliant from Musiala again there, wasn't it?
Absolutely fantastic football from Musiala.
They look like if they can step up the gear and score more goals, they really want to. It's merely men against boys, especially against 10 men.
Yep. Difficult one that for Florian Wirtz to control, but I think he did pretty well to just put that a foot over the bar, considering he wouldn't have saw that till late.
On the half volley as well, and slightly leaning back, yeah.
But it remains Germany 3, Scotland 0. Thank you for tuning in to Matchday Live on the Toon Review. More games tomorrow, and of course, England on Sunday, when the competition really kicks off for us English fans. And we just keep fingers crossed that the England that we know can play turn up, and the manager lets them play for a start.
That's it, isn't it? You know, you could take the shackles off, and we may see a different England. But
yeah, absolutely. It's all up to the manager to let them go and play, and we basically begging as fans to let them go and play.
I do wonder about the back four. I do wonder maybe that's why he doesn't let them play, because he's worried about protecting the back four. Certainly the middle two, anyway.
Musiala again causing trouble here, trying to get to the byline. Does again, whips the ball across.
Whoa.
Oh, good defending.
Yeah, it was.
But to be fair to Scotland, they threw themselves in front of the ball. The goalkeeper made the first save, and I think it was actually Grant Hanley that threw himself in front of the second shot.
Yeah,
but great pressure from Germany now, really starting to ramp it up again. In comes the ball, headed away. And, well, you see how much Germany took the foot off the gas there. Kimmich literally just let Tierney or John McGinn have the ball there, but they've won it back, funny enough.
John McGinn. Shaking his head. Having a bit of a paddy. Oh, it's hilarious.
Dear God. Here's Rudiger now.
Good player, John McGinn, but I can't stand him. Proper little shithouse, isn't he?
Well, that's the thing. If he concentrated on his football rather than being a shithouse, I think a lot more people would rate him a little bit higher as well. But Germany are just toying with Scotland here. Absolutely toying with them. Kimmich has it now on this near side. Back to Rudiger. Rudiger, little ball into Gross. Back to Rudiger. Back to Pascal Gross. Now down the line for Kimmich. Will Kimmich cross? He will indeed. Headed away, not really convincingly. It's now on the edge of the box with Mittelstadt. Turns onto his left. Actually fired a shot. Got his own rebound. I mean, this is like the Alamo here. I mean, Scotland, now Wirtz. Oh dear, not the best finish we've ever seen for Florian Wirtz. And it's behind for a goal kick. But an hour played, Billy. Scotland 3-0 down. They're a man down. That basically couldn't have asked for a worse start to this tournament.
Yeah, and it could be worse, couldn't it, as well? I mean, again, it's McGregor actually who makes a block. Fantastic brave bit of defending from Callum McGregor.
To be fair, there was 3 Scottish players threw themselves in front of that ball.
Yeah, this could be any score at the end. Depends on how attacking and how energetic the Germans really want to be, I guess.
I mean, you never know. Scotland might come back into it, Billy, with the greatest coach in the world on the bench.
They could. Yeah, they could.
John Carver could wave that magic wand of his and just suddenly get 11 Jack Colbacks on the pitch.
Well, what they could do with is Dennis Law, Kenny Dalglish, and players of that ilk. No, they haven't got anything like that in this squad.
There's the ball over the top again. Havertz just couldn't take it, and Gunn does really well because Wirtz was coming in as well. But that ball over the top has been Scotland's Achilles heel the whole game, and they never seem to learn from it.
Yeah.
Oh, that's not a free kick. That really isn't a free kick. Oh, Füllkrug's coming on as well now for Germany. So we'll have another look at Füllkrug, of course. Played for Dortmund against the Toon in the Champions League.
Scored past us, didn't he?
He did. Bastard. Kieran Tierney now for Scotland. Rolls it up to McGinn. McGinn holds it up. Laid it back to Tierney. Tierney plays it forward. And Scotland actually have a bit of possession. But then they lose possession. Oh, wow. Go on, Bennett. I think Jonathan Tah's going to be booked. He is. Another yellow card for
Has he got a black eye?
Well, I thought that at the start of the game, but I think he's just got very dark eyes. But I don't think the referee's actually slept for about what looks like a month.
Oh, it's a bad one, that. It's Christie again, though, isn't it?
I mean, yeah, it is. They've really gone at him in this game, Billy. I mean, before you joined us, he'd been singed about 4 times. But anyway, Florian Wirtz is coming off for number 19, Leroy Sané. Yep. He's had a good game, as Havertz today. And I don't normally say that. I'm not Havertz's biggest fan.
No, nor me. Just going to get another count. It'll be 2 seconds.
Yeah, no problem. So it's actually Fulkrug that's come on for Havertz. And Wirtz has come off for Leroy Sané. So there you go. Some very, very strong Scottish substitutions. German substitutions. You know, you get 2 players coming off like that, and then you get Sané and Fulkrug coming on. So really, it's no better for Scotland seeing them 2 come on. Oh, poor from Kieran Tierney. And now Scotland are in trouble. Kimmich is belting forward. Sané to Kimmich's right. Sané's made a very good run. It's Leroy Sané into the box, and it's the weakest shot you are ever going to see in the world. He tried to curl it into the far corner, I think, on his left foot. But really, I mean, let's give him the benefit of the doubt. He has just come on the field. So had he been maybe a bit more warmed up, I think he would have scored there. But not the greatest finish in the world from Sané.
It should have been a goal, shouldn't it?
Yeah. John McGinn hits the deck again, complaining about a foul on him. Yeah, see the referee there? He just doesn't look like he's getting much sleep, Billy.
No, I mean, suitcase in his eyes, not bags. Good Lord. Looks like Peter Woods, the newsreader.
Yes. To be fair, I think McGinn was taken down there. Pascal Gross wrestled him to the floor. But Scotland just cannot keep the ball. I mean, it's just, I know there are 10 men now, but their downfall has been since the kickoff that they just haven't had the ball and can't keep it when they have had it. Yes, the referee does look like Leandro Trossard. He does. It could be Trossard's dad.
He also looks like the woman out of Kin with the black eye.
Billy, I mean, dear Lord. Anyway, here come Germany again. It's close out to Mittelstadt on the left. The cross will come into the box now, and it's headed away by Kieran Tierney for a corner. I mean, Tierney and Robertson are normally, I would say, a very good combination down the left-hand side for Scotland, but they just haven't been able to get the ball.
Well, they've got two fantastic left backs, and they can only play one left back. So one of them's out of position. I mean, both of those players were getting England's side. They'd walk into it.
Well, I think Tierney's playing more of a sort of centre back role because when Scotland don't have the ball, Robertson it's obviously a 5-man defence then, and Rudiger and McGinn having a little bit of a to do there.
I hope VAR look at this and send McGinn off.
I mean, look at the way Rudiger listens to the referees. Like butter wouldn't melt. he's such a character, isn't he? He's just a complete character. He can be a shithouse at times, but he can be hilarious at others, and he can be absolutely marvelous at other times. He's such a character. As Mittelstadt lashes one over the bar now for the Germans. Didn't really get over the top of that at all and pretty much sliced that. But the way he stood there listening to the referee with his hands behind his back and then nodding his head in agreement saying, yes, sir, yes, sir, yes, sir. He's so funny to watch at times. Scotland are making 2 substitutions. Billy Gilmore is going to come on. I'm not sure who the other bloke is, but he's talking to Bjorn Borg on the sidelines. Honestly, we'll go to hell, Billy. The referee picked up on that. You see, the Mittelstadt there did the old sort of hip movement there when the Scottish player was in the air, and that's a challenge I don't like to see in football. I think it's dangerous, and the referee's picked up on that, to be fair, and given a free kick. But Billy Gilmore, who, wow, he must be smaller than Alex. He's tiny. And it is McGregor that's coming off.
God, he looks old, doesn't he?
Well, he's had a hard paper round, Billy. He's had a hard paper round in this game, never mind before it. He's had a very difficult time. And John McGinn is coming off as well. McLean is the man that's coming on, number 23. So Gilmore and McLean are on 4. John McGinn and who else went off there?
The other midfield player, McGregor.
Oh, McGregor, of course. Couldn't think there. My mind went blank.
Mine did for a second.
Anyway, long cross comes in and they can't get on the end of that. Scotland wanted a corner kick, but they are not going to get it. It's going to be a chance for Manuel Neuer to have a touch of the ball here. And Germany instantly get on with it. To be fair to Germany, they are, they're not sitting back. They're still coming forward at the Scots. They definitely want more goals. And again, a good run. What a ball that is to the good one. He just couldn't take it. Then it bounces to... Oh, what a finish from Fulkrug. What a shot from Fulkrug. That is a stunner from the German substitute. And it is 4-0 to the Germans. And Fulkrug made sure that there was nobody stopping that, Billy.
Well, I don't think 2 goalkeepers would have stopped that. It was an outstanding hit, wasn't it? Really got his power behind it into the top corner. You're not going to see a better finish than that in the whole tournament. Outstanding goal. And the pass in the box in the first place was...
the lead up to the goal was superb, wasn't it? The ball into Gundogan. Gundogan just couldn't take it, but Fulkrug was on hand. This ball by Musiala, brilliant. But what a hit that is from Fulkrug.
Oh, blimey.
I mean, you're not saving that. No goalkeeper in the... I mean, he caught that as sweet as you're ever going to catch a football. And it flies into the top corner. The pace on that ball is stunning. And the goalkeeper he's just looking back into his own goal when he's in the air, thinking, I'm glad I didn't even get a hand to that because it would have took the bugger off.
Yeah. I mean,
there is the world's greatest defender, Grant Hanley, wondering what the hell he's doing there when he could be on a beach.
Well, if he was on the beach, I think Greenpeace would be pulling him back in the water.
Anyway, Scotland having a rare attack at the moment as they try and get some sort of consolation out this game. But I think the consolation that Scotland will be trying to do is not concede any more goals as Germany have a goal kick. We're in the 70th minute. It's Germany 4. It's Scotland 0. Thank you for watching the Toon Review Matchday Live. Plenty games throughout Euro 2024 on this channel. Full commentary of the games, of course. And as well as Newcastle United news, as well as football news in general as well, let's not forget. So we will still have the Newcastle news and transfers and all that kind of stuff during the tournament as well. We won't forget about where our real bread and butter lies. Here's Musiala inside to Pascal Groth. He plays it into Rudiger. Rudiger steps forward. Now to Kimmich. It's not Kimmich, I do apologise. Leroy Sané. Sané's got Kimmich behind him. Sané does a little bit of a dance. Nice football, this by Germany. They really are taking the piss out of Scotland here, to be fair. That's not a good ball to Gundogan, though. Sané has been shocking since he's come on the field, I think it's fair to say.
Yeah, he's very much feast or famine, isn't he, Leroy Sané? When he's at his best, though, it was quite handy with the assist, actually.
It was. I mean, you're not going to catch a ball sweeter than that. I mean, to say he put his laces through that, Billy, is the 110 kilometres an hour that ball was going at.
Yeah, I think the keeper should have saved it.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think any goalkeeper in the world would have saved that shot, to be fair.
No, I don't think any goalkeeper ever would save that.
No, it just hit with immense sweetness, Billy. Sweetness.
And certainly hasn't been a Scottish goalkeeper ever able to save that, that's for certain.
Well, I mean...
Even Alan Ruff in his pomp wouldn't have saved that.
It's all going badly wrong for the Scots on the opening night. I think that they'll have come into this game thinking, just try and get something from the Germans. But from the very off of this game, Germany have just dominated. I mean, absolutely dominated, even before the sending off.
Yeah, it's a shame for the Scottish fans that have travelled over there to support that. They do it everywhere they go in numbers. A fantastic group of travelling supporters. But too many times in major tournaments, they've had this kind of heartbreak, really, haven't they? And it's not
funny. Guys, remember, you can clip that. Billy actually praising the Scottish people. So you can clip that. Thomas Muller's coming on, Billy. The man who must be about 48-year-old now.
He's the most German-looking German ever, isn't he?
Thomas Muller. Muller. Yes, he is. But what a servant he's been to his country and club, to be fair.
Yeah.
Incredible
years,
player.
Hasn't he?
Yeah, incredible player. And still doing it. I mean, there's no sign of him retiring yet either.
No. It's fair to say Scotland are being mullered here, though, aren't they? Let's be honest.
Well, I wonder if he'll take the corners, Billy.
I got it.
He is Sane again, and won't you believe he's lost the ball again? He has been rotten since he's come on for the Germans. He will be going into the cooler for 4 days if he keeps playing like this.
Dear.
Tony Kroos now plays it forward. Musiala to Gundogan. Inside to Pascal Gross. Now to Jonathan Tah. Plays it wide for Kimmich. Kimmich head up. Ball into the box. And a good header away by the monstrous Grant Hanley, showing his power and strength there, heading it out for a corner. Coming up to 73.
To in the air.
Yes, he did. It is Musiala that's coming off, so he's going to get a little bit of a rest. He's been awesome today as well. And just to think he could have played for England. But yet again, the powers that be do not do the right thing at all. I mean, look at that finish. I mean, you're not saving that one either, by the way.
He's a poor man's Jude Bellingham, though, to be fair.
I hope you're right, Billy. I hope you're right.
He's a good player, but he's not a Jude Bellingham player. He was in Chelsea's academy, wasn't he?
Yes, he was. Very highly thought of at Chelsea academy as well. Germany take a short corner now. It's gone back to Kimmich. And then back to Pascal Gross. We know he can hit them from there. He doesn't. He swings it out to the far side. The ball bouncing around the penalty area. How on earth? And an offside flag. Grant Thomas, thank you for being a member for 5 months so far. Very much appreciate your support, my man. Is he going to sing Muller Kintyre? Oh, dear. Oh. Wow. Oh, dear. I don't think the Scots will appreciate that, to be honest, Grant. Nagelsmann still looks like he wants more out of his team. 74 minutes gone. Germany 4, Scotland 0. The German fans are having a field day. An absolute field day right now.
I was hoping the Scots would rally second half, but rallies in Germany don't really fit very well, do they? So,
quickly moving on. Kendo says if only we had 30 players on, we might have snuck a 2-0 defeat. Yeah, it's not been your night, Kendo. If Muller is 34, then Oberfirma Martins is still in his 20s. Is he only 34, Thomas Muller?
Been around for years and years, hasn't he?
That's unbelievable.
Well, he certainly played against England in 2010, so he'd only been 20 then. I guess so. I guess it's about his age.
Yeah. I guess so, Billy. I mean, this is now just basically how many Scotland can get. Germany can get, I do say. Scotland are not going to score in this game. Here's Gross to Gundogan. I thought they might have taken Gundogan off by now just to give him a rest. Ball into the box. Füllkrug! Oh, great save, but it's in the back of the net. It's 5-0 to Germany, and it's Füllkrug again, and he is just he's like a tank, Billy. I mean, nothing was stopping him scoring there, and it's 5-0. He is. But what on earth were Scotland defenders doing?
Well, they were watching him, weren't they, basically? I mean, this league between these two countries, it's a real shame for Scotland. But, I mean, Germany have come to this tournament and
he's offside, Billy. He's offside.
He's offside.
Yeah, this will not be given. I mean, it's awful German defending. It really is. Why do I keep saying German? It's awful Scottish defending, but he is offside there, and that will be disallowed. Indeed it is. So we will take the goal back of the Germans, and it remains 4-0 to Germany. Füllkrug is disappointed, but he is, I would say, around about half a yard offside, Billy.
Yeah, definitely offside. Shouldn't have been, really. But there you go. But that's why the Scottish defenders weren't marking him, I guess. Give them the benefit of the doubt for once.
Well, Scotland are making another change. Number 26. Not sure who this is coming on.
Big fellow, isn't he?
Is that Chris Woods, the former England goalkeeper?
He could be. I mean, he played for Rangers for years, didn't he?
Well, he did. It's Kieran Tierney who's going off for McKenna, but I'm pretty sure that was Chris Woods.
I'm going to wind back and have a look.
Not to be mistaken for the fantastic Newcastle United ex-striker Chris Wood.
Oh, let's have a look.
It looks like him, Billy.
Yeah, that's definitely
It
Chris
is.
Woods.
I mean, yeah. There's more English coaches on the bench for Scotland these days. Although he's probably lived in Scotland all his life, to be fair. I mean, he was Rangers goalkeeper for a long time, wasn't he?
He did come back to England afterwards, didn't he? I think he played for Sheffield Wednesday for a bit, didn't he?
Yeah, not for long, though.
But yeah, I won't make any more jokes about Scottish goalkeepers if the English goalkeeper, ex-English keeper's the one that's coaching them. So, yeah.
Kendo says, get Fraser on. I'm not desperate. Is Fraser in the squad?
I don't think so.
No. Yeah, Foxy says Chris Woods is the goalkeeping coach. Well, he's got some work to do. To be fair, I mean, Angus Gunn hasn't done too badly. I mean, that first goal he'd be disappointed with, but I think in general, there's nothing really he could have done about the other goals. Musiala's and Fulkrug's were absolute battering rams, and then the other one was a penalty. So Sane has lost it. Is it me, or has he been absolute garbage since he's come on?
Dreadful.
He's lost the ball so many times. Did Chris Woods play for Everton?
No.
Before he went to... He didn't.
Nottingham Forest, Norwich.
Norwich, yes, that's what
Rangers, Sheffield Wednesday. Oh, dear.
If he tackled coming in and on there. McTominay's... well, he's had enough, hasn't he? Middlestadt, the player there. McTominay just slides the right boot across. Nothing really violent in that tackle. Just tripped him over. Long ball played over to Kimmich again. Beautifully taken down. Back to Gross. Back to Kimmich. Again, Germany just toying, waiting for that opportunity to swing the ball in to the back post. Headed across. And it's a header and cleared wide by, I think, Robertson in the end. It was Muller who actually had the opportunity to score there. Middlestadt headed it back across. Muller's header just tried to guide it. I mean, it was going well wide, but Tierney wasn't to know that. But they did have maybe, it was Kimmich coming in at the back post. So Robertson did have to deal with it.
I think Thomas Muller looks even more German than Michael Schumacher used to look. Well, probably still does look, but very German-looking people, aren't they?
Yes, Billy. Middlestadt's tried the same shot he tried about 15 minutes ago, and he's done exactly the same with it. If it was rugby, it would be perfect. Yeah, I mean, there's that new offside rule for VAR, Billy, and clearly offside. How that works so much better. So much better than drawing, Callum Wilson having, like a flipper on his right foot to give him offside. I still haven't let that one go, Billy, to be honest.
John Joe Shelby. Although John Cruz is coming off now. And Ray Chan's coming on.
Yeah. That's a very neat side partner that Emre Can's got there, isn't it? Good head of hair with plenty hair gel on. But I tell you what, Mr. Chan, when you get to about 40, 42, that much hair gel, your hair will start falling out. Trust me, I know.
Well, a bit of the old gel in the youth.
Yes, sometime a bit of the old wet look, and then sometime the concrete stuff. It's a goal kick to Scotland. The stuff that you just couldn't. Even if you dropped a brick on it, the brick would bounce off it.
That's the way of it.
Yeah, those days are long gone now. Long gone. I just got my new trimmers in the post today, so looking forward to trying them when my hair grows a little bit more.
I've got some hair gel somewhere, but Lord knows what I bought. It's from my son actually, but obviously I don't need it. Unless I want to gel my pubes, which is not very often.
I mean, why would you say that?
I just said it.
Shankland's coming on anyway for Scotland. Matty Kelly's asking if I've heard anything from the club. Yes, I have. I've had a full apology from the club, and it's been dealt with. They apologised for the amount of time it took, but they had to do an internal investigation, and eventually sent me an email last week with a full apology. So I am very happy with that. And
I think
just
Lauren
join
Champion's on his way to Celtic. If Ian will tell us if that's right or not. I'm sure he's on his way to Celtic in the summer.
Yeah. By the way, did you get your membership today, Billy, by any chance?
No, there's no need for me to get one. What would I get one for?
Well, just to see you remember, just to be part of it.
Why would I pay 37 quid just for that?
I don't know. You grumpy old twat. Anyway, I signed my two daughters up for the Junior Magpies for the membership as well. So as Sane bursts into the penalty area and runs over the ball, he's still got it. 3 Scottish players come to meet him, and eventually they get the ball. And Robertson fires it away. I have sent an email to supporter services today as well about Phoebe attending the games with me as my carer. So
yeah.
I didn't know who else. If I don't hear from supporter services within the next couple of days of next week, Monday, Tuesday, I'll probably send one to the disability box office as well and see what they say.
Yeah, the problem you might have is the fact that season tickets are so hard to get hold of, but I'm sure that they can kind of.
Well, they have to, Billy. That they have to dedicate a carer's ticket.
Yeah.
So that's part of the rules, I think. So you just have to fill in an application for it.
So they'll have to take it off the membership kind of tickets allowance, I guess.
Well, I guess, but I'd have to move my season ticket as well.
You'd
so my seat would then become available.
Yeah. So there's even less point in me getting a membership to get a ticket then.
Well, I mean, it would be a case of maybe I'll move my seat to maybe one of the seats that's available on match days, and then they become mine and Phoebe's seats, and then obviously somebody gets a season ticket through it then. So
it'd be level 7, wouldn't
it? Some good. No.
They can't move there, can they?
They can't send disabled people to level 7, Billy. Jesus Christ.
I mean, come on. They sent level 7 Dave up there.
Well, yes, but I'm not commenting on that. I think it'll probably be East Stand, if I'm honest.
Oh yeah, next to Sinclair. Then you could be next to him.
No, he's in the Leazer's corner.
Oh, you do.
I know exactly where Sinclair sits because he's the only guy you can look at, and he's on his phone.
Camera.
Yeah. Everybody else is watching the game, and he's filming. So. Well, there you go.
Have you seen his new logo? He's got a new logo, John has.
Yes.
Paid money for it. It looks exactly like JD's. I'm sure they're going to be legal action.
JD Sports, yeah, I've seen that. He could be in trouble, yeah. John, I would get some legal advice before you put that logo anywhere, mate, to be fair. It's incredible likeness.
And get your money back pretty quick.
Yeah, I mean, he's paid somebody to just put a J and an S on a circle. But I'm right. It's just a J and an S on a circle.
It is. Yeah.
I mean, you've got to. I mean, Susan did a brilliant one for him, and I don't know why he wants to change that. But hey, more fool him if he wants to pay money for somebody to write J and S on a circle. Unbelievable, quite honestly.
It's just stupid. That's not what JS stands for, by the way. That's
Dear God. Anyway, nothing happening on the pitch, by the way, guys. Sane's got the ball again, but he'll probably lose it. He's had a shot, and it's about 5 yards over the bar. I mean, he's done nothing since coming on. Nagelsmann gives him a round of applause. He's very direct, Sane. I'll give him that. He gets the ball, and he's very much right. Let's head for goal. But his contribution hasn't been brilliant since he's come on the field. But we got 5 minutes left of normal time. Thank the Lord. It's Germany 4, Scotland 0 in the first game in Euro 2024. I'm sure the games will improve dramatically. When I get my shirt, I'm having TTR on the back. Get in, Trevor, lad. Get in, Trevor. Matty says disabled people do sit in level 7, Paul. There's lifts. I know there's lifts. But certain disabilities, they will not send to level 7. Certain ones they can. I believe Lorraine Kelly's there tonight, Billy, dressed in a tartan dress and stuff, and she'll not be very happy at all.
No.
Some of the Scots fans there are trying to get some songs going, but the rest just look like they want to go home. It's a familiar story for them, isn't it? It really is.
Yeah, they're used to it. This happens to every tournament. I don't think they've ever qualified for a second round of a tournament, have they? It's not funny. I'm not laughing.
You're such a sarky twat, Billy Trey. Oh, they've scored!
Yeah,
Scotland have scored! It's Rudiger own goal. My goodness me. I mean, I'm not sure he could do anything about it, but the Scots have a consolation and they're going crazy.
Good for them. Good for them.
Yeah, they're really celebrating that goal, and well done. They haven't given up, and they've got one back. I mean, it was a free kick swung in by Robertson. I mean, Rudiger knew nothing about that, to be fair. It was blasted onto his head, and
really, that from McKenna, isn't it?
Yeah, McKenna's header, but then Rudiger's sort of turning around to sort of follow the ball, and it hits him. Watch this. There, he's just turning around. He has no idea, and it just hits his head and floats over Manuel Neuer, and Scotland have incredibly got a goal back.
Well, if you've done that on purpose, it's the greatest header of all time. Obviously, he didn't do it on purpose. But, I mean, you've got to be happy for the Scots fans to have something to celebrate after 85 minutes of pure hell for them, really. Good for them. Good for them.
Oh, VAR checking for offside. I don't believe this. I didn't really see an offside. I mean, Rudiger hopes it is, obviously, but yeah, the goal's given. I think it would have been very, very harsh to disallow that. Jesus, wet man. So Scotland have a goal back. There's 2 minutes left of normal time. Are we going to see the greatest comeback in the history of international football
since Lazarus?
Well, I doubt it's going to happen, but at least they've got a goal on the board.
Come on, you Jilly Jockos. Get another one. Let's see the Germans' arses start to go.
I don't think they would go even if Scotland did get another one, Billy, to be honest. It's 4-1. We're in the final 2 minutes of normal time. Of course, there is additional time to be added on, but God help us, there's not too much of that. And this game ends. But we've seen plenty goals. It's what we want to see in tournaments, but we're going to definitely see better games as the tournament moves on. But Scotland, well, it's a good job they've probably kept the airplane engines on because, yeah, they'll be getting on that plane sooner rather than later, I would imagine.
Spitfire.
Why would it be a Spitfire, Billy?
I don't know. I don't know why I said that for.
No, I don't.
Well, I do know why I said it, but I don't know why I said it.
Anyway, Leroy Sané has the ball now. Clips it inside. Fulkrug lays it back now for Rudiger. Rudiger to Emre Can. Can doing the can outside the box there. Played across to Mittelstad. Now out to the left-hand side. Can they get across it? They're just toying with him again here on the edge of the box. Pascal Gross now to Mittelstad again. He whipped the cross in. Fulkrug tries a clever little back heel. Doesn't quite come off as the greatest centre-back in the world. Grant Handley box set, and it's actually offside. I mean, that's just the unluckiest own goal you're ever going to see. He didn't even mean to head the ball. But yes,
I mean, they've seen a goal. That's some tournaments haven't scored a goal. There's Bruce Forsyth there. Look,
there's Alex Ferguson behind him.
Good game.
They're all there. Good game. Good game. Oh dear. Yeah, this is now just panning out. But to be fair, it has been 1-1 in the second half, Billy. They've drawn with Germany in the second half with 10 men.
That would probably have been Steve Clarke's half-time team talk. Let's try and draw the second half. If you do that, with 10 men, fair play to you if you've done that.
Germany getting a bit careless with the ball here. We still don't know how much additional time there is. I mean, what are ITV doing here? 3 minutes. Thank God. And the ball is with Manuel Neuer. We've had nearly a minute of the additional time already. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in tonight, spending your Friday night with us watching this pile of pants. But the tournament will get better. There's no doubt about that. And, of course, I hope you join us on Sunday for the England game. Hopefully, we'll see Granny with us as well if England do finally score a goal. As Germany knock on the door now, looking for their 5th goal of the game. Pascal Gross floats one into the back post. Good defending by Andy Robertson again. Kimmich sneaking in at the back post there. Kimmich settles the ball down, rolls it back again for Emre Can. Can plays it straight across to Jonathan Tah. Back to Pascal Gross, to Middlestad. Heavy touch, but gets it back to Gross again. He's shut down by McTominay, but just spins away from him. Tah to Rudiger. Rudiger plays it out wide to Kimmich. Cuts back, plays it to Sane. Who, if I was scoring Sane out of 10 for this game, would probably get a 3.
He'd be all that. I like the way that UEFA, this VAR kind of system works much better. It's quickly, there's no fuss involved in it. The Premier League adopting it.
Absolutely. Because they're a bunch of fannies, Billy.
Don't mention the VAR. That's simple as that now, isn't it? You won't, if we've had this, you won't mention it.
Absolutely. Well, we've got 30 seconds left of the additional time here. Germany banging on the door for a 5th goal, and they get it with a fabulous finish from Emre Can. On the edge of the box, he curls an absolute beauty into the bottom corner, and Germany get their 5th goal. Eventually, it's Germany 5. It's Scotland 1. Mull of Kintyre.
Oh, he looks German and all, doesn't he? I mean, if anyone can do it, Emre can, and he just did. Good finish. And that's the comeback over and done with now, isn't it, really?
Yeah, it's not going to happen now, Billy. I mean, the 93 minutes are up. I'm not sure the referee, has he blown for full time?
I don't know.
He's going to have to kick off, isn't he? I mean, it was a beautiful finish, that from Can, wasn't it? Just on the edge of the box there, he thought, well, I may as well have a go here.
It's a good build-up,
just inside the D. And again, the goalkeeper, I mean...
Should say that, really, shouldn't he?
He's got to be doing better. I mean, listen, next time anybody plays Scotland, just bend the shots into the far corner. He seems to go down like an oil tanker.
Deflected, to be fair, but it's a good finish. It's Grant Hanley gets a foot on it, does he?
Deflected? I mean, Billy, it's a flick. He's got a hand on it again.
Yeah, crisp pocket hands.
But the game is over. The first game of Euro 2024 is done and dusted. And it is indeed the Germans who've come out on top, comprehensively beating Scotland by 5 goals to 1. Billy, I mean, Germany, it's a good start to the tournament, and they'll get their confidence going.
Training session, really. They're not going to get any fatigue out of that game. They've had the ball most of it. They've kind of won the game easy at canter. Never really got into top gear. Didn't have to. And of course, being against 10 men for the second half helped that too. They look a good side, Germany. Let's be honest. And Stato said this young side with a bit of experience in there as well. You know, they could go a long way in this tournament.
Any chance for the Scots, Billy?
Of what? Of qualifying for the next round?
Yeah.
No, I don't think so.
They're going to find it very difficult. I think they've got the problem is. I think you said it in the preview, Billy, and Alex. I think we all did, to be fair. Scoring goals for the Scots is going to be a problem.
Yeah, it is. Yeah,
they don't have a striker who is capable of doing the job. Really, they've got very, I think, average strikers, and they've had that problem for a while.
I think in other games you might see the midfield compete a bit better, but I mean, defensively, central defense, especially goalkeeper and attack, they look pretty weak.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see how they do in the future games, but Germany, listen, they can only beat what's in front of them, and they played very well tonight. So they are definitely going to be a team to look out for. They've got some very, very talented players. But thank you for joining us tonight. Thank you for the new memberships and, of course, super chats. Mods, thank you. Billy, thank you for joining us eventually. Dear, everybody just knows that you're asleep. It's weird. But as usual, thank you to you guys out there for joining us on this Friday night and spending the first game of Euro 2024 with us. It hasn't been a great day for the Scots, but the Germans, you just never know. It finishes Germany 5, Scotland 1. Good night.
Don't write off the Germans.
Come back and check out the green.